Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Eat and Cookie Show, episode 5.
Guess who's
5,
back?
5. It is
We-
up.
We've been gone for a minute.
So we are back at the jump off. Shout out to Lil Kim.
It is what it is.
It's the end of the school year and school is finally over with.
I know that takes a lot of time, not just for the
Woo.
kids, the teachers. Like it's report after report after report. Then there's grades. Then there's this, and there's make sure your classroom looks a certain way, empty, like a jail.
I used to remember that as a kid in school at the end of the school year, having to like get rid of everything, and the teacher used to give you leftover school supplies, used to send you
I was
home with
handing out pencils
random.
today, like pencils were free. And then when I got to the point where I was like, okay, I need to keep some for next year, I stopped. But I got everything done. But you know what I didn't do that I normally do this year? I didn't like super decorate.
Mm,
I let the kids work be the decorations this year, and that worked out for me. So, mm,
mm.
all you
So one
teachers,
thing I've always wondered that happened, more over the 2021 school year, where the kids were doing hybrid classes and were in and out the classroom.
mm-hmm.
Like, what happened to all of the Clorox wipes and the hand
We
sanitizer?
still using them. Every month we get like a supply to because we're supposed to wipe down desk in between classes now, so that's like a whole
um,
thing.
supposed to.
We got little COVID raises though. We got a little bonus. It was all right. I make more of a coaching, but it was cool.
Good, 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 good. Yeah,
How
COVID was.
was graduation? Are you okay?
I
First,
am okay. I survived graduation. I screamed my lungs out. Um, I have been having anxiety lately because uh, Monday night is the last night, so this is the last weekend he's here, and he's off to Great Lakes, Illinois.
are you
The
dropping him
basic trip.
off, or is your
Oh,
drop like you're not going?
well, I can go to the hotel and go to the airport, but I can't bring him to there. The military bus is bringing him to the airport. He has to stay in a hotel Monday night with uh, everyone else. So
But you're going to Illinois, right?
I'll eventually go to Illinois when he graduates. Yes,
Oh no, he's flying with the military there.
yes, he's
Oh,
flying. That will be a very long drive.
kudos to you. No, I thought you were flying to drop him off. Like,
Oh no, 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 no. He's like, I have to let go. I have to let go.
speaking of
And
letting go, that's one of our featured card games tonight. Plug. Look, you said it. We're going to be diving into deeper discussions later. Just thought I'd throw that in there, my ADD. But yeah, you had to
mhm.
let go. He's a boy too, so it's kind of like you can't be like, "Oh, honey." You gotta let that man live.
um,
But if
so
he
yeah,
finds
one.
out how to get into student loan hacking, he needs to. No, let me stop.
No, we can't say that on the air. The
Oh,
government will be on my doorstep.
it was a
They are,
joke. He's
they
not even on the
already have
bus
look, look,
yet.
look, they already have our IP addresses, okay?
I know he's not even on the bus yet. Whatever. They better relax. They got more to worry about than that.
This is true.
That's a whole nother conspiracy corner to show. Like, really, we talking about the kid that just graduated?
Yeah. I'm
We need to be
excited for
talking about
him.
how nobody wants to accept our money anymore. How about that? So
But
let's
the
get
way with
into
inflation and everything going, I'm like, trying to make $1 out of 3 pennies.
trying to make $1 out of a yen is what we do. And whatever it is, that word that the Russians use, because that's what they're like trying to cut us out of the money circuit, and we're sitting over here like, yay, America. Meanwhile, it's like Russia and China. What dollar?
The dollar value is going down and it is declining.
But it's a good time to collect money because one day maybe it'll be worth a lot of money. Like I know people that invested in currency probably like 20 years ago in Zimbabwe, and now they're rich because the Zimbabwean dollar is worth so much now. I was like, oh, isn't that nice? Good for you. Where was I when everybody was investing in Bitcoin and currency? What was I doing?
20 years ago, I was graduating from high school.
Well, I was in college 3 years in, 3 years deep. As a matter of fact, 20 years ago, I posted it to the day yesterday. I tore my ACL at Ohio State. And at this point, I was getting ready to board a plane to come back to Louisiana. And nobody told me that ACLs hurt in cabin pressure, like injuries hurt like 10 times worse. So if you're going to go get a BBL, don't fly back. You need to get a one-way and drive back. Speaking of BBLs.
Speaking of BBLs.
And plastic surgery.
I guess. Go ahead, you go. I'm going to let you lead that one.
I'm going to be honest and say I had no idea who this person was. Maybe
I knew who she was. I don't know too much of her. I know she was on the show sometimes. But of course, we knew who her long-term partner was. DC Young Flags. Everybody knows him.
Yeah. Everybody knows. Yeah. The one that act like Chris Tucker. Am I wrong?
Something like Chris Tucker, a little bit of Chris Rock. He was a little bit of everybody. Yeah. He's very talented. He's very talented.
Okay. All right, skinny dude. Yeah, well, I thought we should take this time out to send our condolences to him and his 3 children, because that was, from what I understand, his baby mother, his children's mother. They weren't married, correct?
No, they were not married. They had 3 small kids. I think one probably just made a year, or maybe not even a year.
Oh, Lord.
And they're all under the age of, I want to say they're all under the age of 7. So that's rough.
That's hella rough. But he can do it. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he has a great support group, great family, plus the cast. I'm sure that everybody's just, that village is going to come together and do what's needed to make sure that these kids are loved and nurtured and taken care of.
As it should be. I'm trying to think of a way to talk about this without getting crucified for the summer. So I'm just going to say this. Motherly instincts are supposed to kick in, right? Supposedly she had an underlying condition and they give you all these warnings and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And even when I was getting my sinus surgeries last year, you ask certain questions, but guys, we have to love ourselves enough to know when enough is enough, and just the gym works. I feel like the generation of the quick fix they don't have to shoot us down in the street anymore, because if you get all the black women to go to Dr. Kevorkian and get BBLs, we're erasing ourselves. We just have to love ourselves enough to accept ourselves. And if it's something we don't like about ourselves, to change it, but change it naturally. At one point,
It's gonna take time.
I think at one point I got up to like 175 pounds, and I didn't like it. I woke up, my knees were hurting, my feet were hurting, my frame wasn't built for it. So I started back working out. I did what my body was used to, aches and pains. I had anxiety. It was bad. And I was just like, you're being lazy. I was like, oh, I spent my whole life being an athlete. I get to be lazy. And before I knew it, I was still eating like an athlete, but I wasn't working out like one. And that is a disaster waiting to happen.
Oh, I have went down the same boat. I had gotten up to 187 pounds.
Mm.
And yes, that knee pain and just feeling sluggish. You're used to eating your high protein, high starches because that's what your body needed and that's what your body craved. And it's like, I'm doing good. And if I needed to bounce back, I could bounce back like I did 10 years ago. That's a lie. Definitely took a lot. I hate to say it, but shout out to COVID, gave me a little boost to accelerate the weight loss. But since the since the beginning of the year, I have lost approximately almost 25 pounds.
Well, you look amazing.
So, thank
I've
you.
seen your pics. We're friends, so you look great.
Thank
Same
you.
here. COVID accelerated what I was already doing. But I had already made up in my mind that I was going to not only eat healthy like an athlete and like I want to, but to work out like one as well. And so that's why I I ended up shedding so many pounds. My race weight was 129. That was me at my fastest, right? That's what we call our race weight. And I go back and I look at my pictures and I'm like, I was too small.
Um, and that's funny you mentioned that. I actually had a conversation with someone at work, and we were talking about when we were small. And there was a point of time I was, and was after having both of my kids. I'm gonna have to send you this picture. I was barely a size 2. And I think with, so much pressure with people's opinions, there was the part of me that felt like I still didn't look right. And then you had this crowd of people who's telling you that you need to eat because you're too little. But then you look at yourself in the mirror and it's like, my stomach is not completely fat. You find like the smallest pudge, and like you go in hard in the gym to rectify that. And you're at the point where it's like, even though I'm wearing a size extra small in a 2-piece swimsuit, you still feel bad.
And you're petite.
That's
You're itty bitty. So what are you, like 5'2"?
5'3".
You 5'3"? Let me give you your inch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, give
I
me my
apologize.
inch. Give me my inch.
Because I'm 5'6", right? So
Hmm.
for me, 129 pounds is too small.
Yeah, I was
Like a lot.
definitely.
I was running fast, but I looked at some of my college pictures the other day and was like, I'm slaving away to look horrible. How did I ever get any play? Like, what were they looking at? I felt
My
like
mom used to make fun of me. Like, she used to look at my collarbone and like you can see the imprints, and she's like, I could take shots out your collarbone.
That was a thing at
That was
LSU. That was a thing.
yeah.
Collarbones. Go Tigers.
The
Shout out to Cardi
collarbones and the
B.
belly buttons.
I don't even really just mess with Cardi B like that, but she mentioned LSU in one of her new
Yeah.
freestyles, and it was like kind of dope. I was like, hey, she balling
It's
out.
an actual song. There's a video. It's a music video, so she's actually in it.
I love it.
It's actually dropping at midnight tonight. So I forgot what the name of the song is, but I will be looking out for it.
I can't
And
say that I will just go watch it, but that clip you sent me was perfect. That's all I needed to hear.
I
She said
just want to
LSU.
see
I
how
was
many
like,
other times she's gonna pop up
that's not
in the video. So I'm gonna give it the click. I'm gonna give it the like. I'm gonna watch it, and I'll have that under the belt.
air quality in Houston. 0. So y'all gotta excuse me. The cough is weird. But no, seriously, back to the subject at hand. I feel like women will always say, I'm not doing it for men. I'm not doing it for men. I'm not doing, you're lying to yourself, ma'am. You can't be doing that for you. You're definitely not doing it for your children, because any surgery that puts you under is a risk.
hmm
Whether it was my knee, I'm sorry, my sinuses, which are bothering me now, so that surgery didn't work.
You
There's
need some spicy crawfish. Y'all excuse Cookie. So anybody, if y'all know anything about Southern heat, there's a lot of humidity. There's a lot of things flying around, and so everything settles into your lungs and your sinus cavity, and you just mid conversation you get caught, and the dust wins.
especially these lights, camera action, this heat, that heat produce a random cough too. But yeah, man, y'all be careful and just go to certified. I don't want to say certified because I think the doctor, whoever Dr. Zach is, my thing is if they don't put their last name and it's an MD, don't go. Don't go.
Not to get, yeah, you got to be licensed, and like everyone, you have to do your research. Research your doctors. Go for opinions. The only thing I don't ever see myself getting on the table to do I think they call it the mommy makeover. I definitely believe that you should wait some time after having a baby because it takes about anywhere from 9 months to 2 years for your body, everything to get back to normal, especially if you're nursing. Your hormones are, not quite right. Some people develop medical conditions while they're pregnant. I had high blood pressure while pregnant, so I was on a very strict diet. And even after having the kids, it probably took like about 3, 4 months postpartum before, the blood pressure fixed itself and everything went back to normal. You may be at risk for bleeding, at higher risk for bleeding after having a baby, even while pregnant. The blood is thinner. Heart issues having a baby puts a lot of stress on the heart. So it's very important, to have a healthy heart. Um,
If you're
Unfortunately
a little
for
too thick,
Miss,
they give you a thickener and then you can get clots.
hmm
It's
and
just so
even when you have these surgeries, if you decide to have a baby after the surgery, there's still even more risk. Like I know some women who have had like the body lifts and have, went under the knife and decided to have a baby, and they have to take shots of enoxaparin twice a day. And if anyone doesn't know what enoxaparin is, these are shots to prevent blood clots.
ooh.
Because you got to think about it, you're having surgery, so they're cutting through and clipping arteries and reconnecting them when you think about it, because they have to get around the fat, whatever that they made, or the skin that they're cutting out. You know,
Ladies, just go to the gym. It's 4 times a week. 20
It's
minutes
not
to
gonna come
cardio
off
and light
quickly. It's not
weights.
gonna come off overnight. Take care of yourself. If you feel pressure, you need to find a group of people that can motivate you. Fellas, if your girl done put on a few pounds or had a baby, especially if she had a baby in her later age, like our age now, women are still dropping babies left and right.
I wouldn't dare. But
It it
just say,
takes a little bit longer to lose the weight because the metabolism it has slowing down. Like anybody in our age, you look at us, nobody's the same. Very few, like maybe 1%, is the same exact body frame, built, weight, everything since high school. It's very few, male and female,
you got to accept that. Yeah. Especially some of
and
these
that's
males
just
out here
part of
like, I'm a
aging.
higher, what is it? What do they call it? A high value man, and I look like,
Yeah,
sir, where'd the 8-pack from high school go?
yeah. Where did the
I
hairline
find
go?
value in how you
Where
look,
did the hairline go?
how
The
you
hairline.
treat me. Your value is not in the bank. I can go to the bank. I want you to look good. I want you to be. I'm not perfect. I don't want you to be perfect. I just want you to be. It grinds my gears. I'm sorry. I know I'm going down a rabbit hole, but that was a sad subject. It just grinds my gears that so many guys are out here like putting crowns on themselves. You remember who the last person to put on a crown that ended up being a clown was R. Kelly, and they're not even. It's like, bruh, I wouldn't touch you with a 10.5-foot pole. Literally.
And to be
Like you
honest, and some
like
people
they
might
say
want to
women are
revoke my
delusional,
black
but you
card.
literally out here feeling yourself like you look like Boris Kojo.
I was never in R. Kelly fan.
Huh?
I was never an R. Kelly fan.
He always was a creep to me.
The only R. Kelly song that I really enjoyed was as a kid growing up was for Space Jam, but I Believe I Could Fly.
Once I heard him say Aaliyah's got it, R. Kelly was not welcome in our home anymore. So my brothers told us back then, he was like, Aaliyah's only like such and such years old. Why is he talking about her in the song? And after that, it was kind of like, the male was like, nah, R. Kelly, hey, a Pied Piper. I don't think people know the story of the Pied Piper. So many people, that was a whole discussion in the chat. I'm not going over that again.
Yeah, if you
But just
don't know
in
what the
case
Pied
they
Piper
didn't go
is,
look
you
it
have
up
to
because
go
they're
over it.
stubborn. The Pied Piper was a guy that was hired by some people to come in and clean up the rat problem, get the rats out the city. And when he got the rats,
You got somebody knocking on the door?
somebody must have ordered food. It's my daughter. She home from college. And when he got the rats out, they didn't want to pay him. So after they didn't pay him, he changed his song and stole their children. And in the Brothers Grimm version, the children they ended up being slaves and were killed. Like, why would any man call himself the Pied Piper unless he had ill will towards children? But just stepping in the name of love, it's not worth it to me. I don't want to be attached to that at all.
This is how I feel about it, and I've said this years ago. It's not just him, but it's also the parents of these children.
Absolutely. That's why I
They
mentioned the part about the
they
parents not paying.
they were selling their kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt in my mind that R. Kelly cut them a check.
Cut the check. Sad, sad days we're living in. But guess what? I stay to myself. I only pop off when necessary, and I'm trying to work on my emotions because my dad told me to speak my mind. Sometimes it don't work too well for me. It doesn't, especially in this red pill society. All right, so whether me and you have to play this game alone or some people want to join in, it doesn't bother me because guess what? My circle been small, it's gonna stay small. All right, let me get because I don't know if he's
I have
here.
to say it, but want to play a game?
Want to play a game? Anybody that wants to play a game, come on up.
You can come on up. I am not in moderator mode, so I cannot drop the link.
84, we need you.
If you can drop the link in the chat,
We just need you to
that
drop the
would be
stream
the,
link in the chat for us, please, if you would kindly,
at some
sir.
point in time. But while we're waiting for him, go ahead and tell us about this game.
All right, so the homie, Mr. Let Go, which he's very controversial on the internet, if I might say so myself. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? But his intentions are good. So I bought his card game, and it is called Deeper Discussions. This is the dating edition, but what he found out while he was going through playing the games with different people is that you can kind of play it with anybody. So we're going to test it and just play and have a deeper discussion. It says Deeper Discussions card game is meant to give you and the other player or players a deeper understanding of how we all deal with relationships. They don't have to be romantic, right? When or if things get serious, one of the biggest reasons why people break up is because of underlying issues, family issues, excuse me. I don't want to leave out family. I don't want to misquote the man. This game can be played with either two or an entire group. Have fun. One thing I do want to say about these cards, you know how you get Uno cards and they're like, these will fall apart in a couple of days. These are actually kind of, you hear that noise? That's how you know you got to
they're laminated.
Yeah, you got to get that. Because I play poker.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing it out there. And I know that deck. I'm like, why are the edges of your cards fuzzy? I'm not playing. I'm about to take all of your money. You can't even get new cards. So that means you losing your money at the table. Let me get that good old shuffle. E, are you ready for the first questions? Our relationship, everyone, just so no one is confused, is friendship. But there are some things that we should chat about.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like this one. Are you ready?
I don't know. Let me bring it down. Let me take a sip.
How old were you when you first lived on your own? Do you think you left too soon? Did you have a choice?
I left when I was 22.
Ooh, good parents.
I kind of didn't have a choice. Like me and my mom were bumping heads at the time. I might have been 21.
All right, pause. The creator is in the back waiting to be let up. Where is 84?
How can you see him in the back? You can see him?
I got an Instagram text.
Oh. You might have to forward him the link from the text message. Our moderator is MIA.
He still
the
link has been sent. He's just sitting in the back waiting.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we'll just continue with the game until somebody wakes up and smells the roses. Let me send a message to him on the back end because
So glad we have a surprise guest. Let him in, please. 8-4, where are you, sir? I look tired. Today was one of those days. I had to carry a bunch of stuff.
this whole week has been chaotic for me. Like we've had people calling off from work and just weird things happening at work, and I'm like,
How about teachers not showing up to give the final exam? And I'm
she
giving an
said,
English final like, good luck. I teach history. I don't even know what your final is about. We'll let you continue your answer once we get Did you send 8-4 text for me?
I just sent in the group message we have people waiting backstage. I feel like if I come off of this screen, I might get kicked off the stream, which means I would be sitting backstage again. And then we would
you
have
don't
an
have an
epic.
iPhone. I was about to, girl, just flop up and slide over. Okay, let me text 8-4. Hold on real quick.
I usually can, but sometimes I'll get kicked out, but I'll come right back in. But I can't let myself in because I'm not the moderator.
That part. Yeah, he's waiting. Anyway, so okay. Continue. Sorry. They know they got the message. Let the person in, please. Thank you. Don't be a hater.
Um, I got married at a young age. I got married, had a baby, had a baby, got married, trying to do the quote unquote Christian thing. Do I wish I had gotten married? Absolutely not. Do I regret my son, my firstborn? Absolutely not. Um, if I could have stayed home, would I have? I would have, but then it would have had to been a conversation that I would have had to have with my parents about, being an adult and being a mom and what their expectations of me as a someone living in the house, as well as what is my expectations as a mom, raising a kid.
Hold on.
But that was definitely more of a difficult conversation to have with my mother. Because if anyone knows Caribbean parents, mamas are
I heard
fierce.
about that. Is that not a myth?
Uh, it's not a myth, but you can't say that all of the women are that way. But Caribbean women, they are some strong, powerful women.
Mm.
They're very humble. They're very submissive women, but they are very powerful.
I'm going to reread the question for myself. How old were you when you first lived on your own? 18. Do you think you left too soon? Absolutely. Did you have a choice? No. So now I'll explain. I ran really, 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 really fast. And I like to win. So I went to a school that was far away from home. I went to Louisiana State University. And when I got there, I was like, whoop, 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 whoop. Because, I kind of came from like one of those like households where it was a hierarchy. And dad was the last word. So I was like, finally, ugh. But then I realized how much I missed the hierarchy because I'm waking up late for class. Do you know in other countries that they don't send their kids to college till they're like 20, 21? I think in America, we're so quick to send our kids off and out of the household. And especially in the Black community. Once you turn 18, you got to get it out. You got to
You
get
gotta
on your
go.
own. Like, ma'am, you know what I mean? That's a
Oh, I
baby.
definitely
Like my
understand
daughter
what
in
you
her
mean.
room right now. What do you mean?
I told my son he will always have a bedroom here for when he comes and visit. Of course,
Right.
the only reason why he's leaving is because of the military. But he will not be starting college immediately. He's actually going to wait a couple years, which I'm okay because he's actually graduated a year and he's actually just 17. So,
Oh,
um,
it's 8-4, our moderator.
Hey,
Are,
don't start that. Don't start that.
are you going to
I'm
let our
not doing this
guest
for y'all
in?
tonight. I'm not doing this for y'all tonight. I'm not doing this for y'all tonight.
Are you going to let our guest in?
You got a guess? Let me see. Oh, you do have a guess. Yes, you do. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Mr. Lego, what's going on, brother?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
hello,
Good
you
to
left
see
the
you. Good to
man
see you, man.
outside in the rain.
Couldn't even get in the club. Golly, 8-4. I was like, what is he doing? You said 10 minutes, 37 minutes later.
Listen, I
He
had a
did
guess.
that on Black people time.
I had a
God,
That's what he
what?
did that.
guess. I had to take
He said he come around the corner, but he was still in the shower.
Lord have mercy.
I'm coming. I'm on my way. Puts cucumbers back on eyes, lays back. No. I hope you got what you needed done, 8-4. We're having a deeper discussion, and I'm going to let Mr. Let Go talk more about that because I'm pretty sure I chopped and screwed what he probably wants to say.
Oh no, you did great. You did great, Cookie. You did
Thank
great.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I read the box. Did
Yeah, this
8-4 leave? He's supposed to be here to
He
answer
left the room.
questions. He's scared. He don't want no part of this conversation.
I need 8-4 to also drop the link in the chat for anyone that wants to come up. Please, I know you're there and you can hear us, so can you please drop the link in the chat? And while he's doing that,
put a one in
Mr.
the
Let
chat.
Go,
If you wanna,
welcome.
put a
Welcome
one
to
in
the
the
Eating
chat
Cookie
if you
Show.
want to come up and play the card game with us. Put a one in the chat if you want to play the card game with us.
For real, because they acting like they scared, I think. So while they're putting the one in the chat, let me just finish, right?
Okay.
Did I have a choice? No. I came from a very educated military family, and dad said you have to at least go try. But I was a runner, so it was okay for me. But what I realized is I got super homesick. But guess who didn't care? The people that were paying for my education. And that's when life kind of hit me in my face. I was like, ooh, I can't just leave when I want to. Coach is serious. Like, I work for him now. So I kind of had my first job at 18 running track for LSU. It was hardcore. All right. Are you involved or are you reading cards, Mr. Let Go?
I can answer the question. What was the question again?
How old were you when you first lived on your own? Do you think you left too soon? And did you have a choice?
Yeah, I had a choice. I left on purpose. One of my first girlfriends, she lived with her aunt, and I lived with my mom. And she worked at the Best Buy of back in the day, which was Circuit City. And
oh my God.
she made a little money. I was a little drug dealer. And I was like, yo, let's get an apartment. Let's get some, we got a little money together, whatever, had a car. And riding her around with my little rims. I'm like, I can't be living with my mama, right? So her aunt who was somewhat that same age. My homeboy was dating her, and they had moved in an apartment together. And of course, he's telling me all these amazing stories about how he can just wake up the poom poom every morning. I was like, ooh, I want to do that myself. So, because we got to do it in a car. We used to have to do it in the back seat. You know, she lived with her auntie. It was crazy. So we went and got an apartment together, and then I was able to wake up the Poom Poom every morning. It was amazing. It was like waking up to coffee. It was beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Priorities.
Thank you for the honesty. Thank you for the honesty. I was not expecting that, but okay, wake up the Poom Poom. Instead of having coffee, you got a little kitty first thing in the morning. Then you went and got your coffee and breakfast sandwich. Now, did she make you the breakfast sandwich, or just a question?
Yeah, she made it. It was a good cook. Yeah, it was a beautiful life. I was like 16, something like that, 15, 16, something like that. And
our faces both went like the horror.
Yeah, waking up the Poom Poom it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Are you answering questions, 84?
I am, because y'all forcing me to answer questions. Y'all keep bothering me, man.
Let's go.
Y'all keep pressuring me.
You missed us. You missed us. Just say
I did. I missed you.
Right,
Thank you for coming back home. Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you. Go ahead and ask me a question. Even though I'm doing background stuff for the stream, go ahead and ask me a question.
How old were you when you first lived on your own? Do you think you left too soon, and did you have a choice?
25. I left at a perfect time, and I made the best choice, and I'm glad I made it. You know what I'm saying? Because it had to happen. I need to spread my own wings. I need to be my own man. And it was an experience. It was an adjustment from living, with my grandparents and all that, and my uncle and all that. So it was an adjustment. And my cousins and all that, because we had a big house, so we all lived together. But it was an adjustment. So, but once I made that adjustment that I needed to make, because I just needed to be on my own, it was beautiful. It taught me independence, and it taught me structure. It taught me what it is to be a man and to have your own. Because I went from living up under somebody to having my name on a lease. To actually having an apartment. So it was a big difference.
That makes a lot of sense, because you're like a peaceful, no confrontation person, and I can see why now. Because
just not with me. He starting crap with me. He always come at me sideways.
You always think somebody's starting with you because of your ego.
About the goddamn Celtics. That's why the Heat got their ass whipped last night. Anyways,
ain't nobody pushing for them teams. Oh my God.
Do y'all see why that question would be helpful if you were dating somebody to find out when they first left the house?
Yes.
You'll be able to see how problematic they possibly are, because if they turn around and say, oh yeah, my mama kicked me out when I was 15 years old because she had a boyfriend and she picked him over, you're like, okay.
That's a trauma bag, right there.
Then it's like, so what happened next? Where do you go? Well, I had to live with my sister house, and she was selling ass, and I had to be, now, you like, yo, okay. You know what I'm saying? Or either, just like what 84 said, I left out at 25. It was the best thing I did. And then it sounds healthy, right? You're like, okay. So now you get an understanding of how that particular person started their adult life out on their own.
I didn't shuffle good. Some of these are personal. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. 84, are you married?
84 is love. Y'all be asking all these questions like I'm gonna give y'all these answers. I'm not giving y'all them answers that y'all want.
Okay, well, it don't matter. I'm asking a question. Are you ready for the next question? My bad, HR.
No, I'm messing with you. I gotta mess with you, Cookie. Come on now. Come on, you know me. Let's go.
HR giving me problems. I'm filing a complaint. Okay, what are your 5 absolute deal breakers in choosing a potential marriage partner? Ooh,
5 deal breakers would be, that's easy. 5 deal breakers would be attitude, height, weight, I would say your belief system, and I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about your belief system as far as how you see the world. You know what I mean? And that to me probably that that to me, because they're all on par. There's none that's more important than the other. That's what I want. That's what I'm being understood. So, you know what I mean? Your attitude, your height, your weight, and your perspective, they're all on the same page, right? Because your attitude could be good, you could be the right height and the right weight, but your perspective on the world, it could be just effed up. Or you got a lot of trauma, you got a lot of different things going on. You know what I mean? You can hate people. You know what I mean? It'd be a whole bunch of issues that you got going on that I personally will not be dealing with. Okay? So if you got hatred towards men, or, you know what I mean, you got some family issues and it makes you bad in relationships, hey, look, sister, go handle that. All right? Hopefully I might be here, you know what I mean, when you get back. But knowing me, I probably won't. But if I'm still there and I'm still available, we can still chop it up and still be friends, because now we at the friendship moment. Because I still may be interested, but now we got to get to know each other all over again. I got to see if you have come out of your trauma and if you're able to deal with it. Salute to Bolo TV. Salute to everybody that just came in, man. Great Pill, I see you. Bolo TV, what's the deal? Who else? Marcus, what's the deal? Lady Novea, what's going on? Kings and Dreams, what's good? You know what I mean? Ian Cookie, you know, made a reply to their own show, so it was good to them as well. And of course, it was good to me, you know, and Mr. Lego. And so my thing is this. So that's my 4. My 5th one would be looks. You know what I mean? So it has to be attraction. We got to be attracted to each other. If there's no attraction, then there's no reason for me to be with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So those are my 5, right? But like I said, the 4th one. Yo, the 4th one is so essential. Like your mindset, your emotions, and who you are as a person, and what you believe in, and how you stand, and your morals and ethics. Like that one, really, to me, is really number 1. To be honest with you, because the other things, you know what I mean. Like the other things, they kind of will either fluctuate or change in time, or you know they You know, sometimes with our attitude, we have good days and bad days. So you may have a bad day, your attitude may be a little off. You may need to have a conversation, and you know, I may have to actively listen or just be a listening ear, right? You know what I mean? Or you know, talk to you about certain things. But your core, who you are as a core person, we can't shake that. Ain't no working around that. Your core foundation of who you are as a person, that got to be solid. If it ain't, we ain't going nowhere. Salute Victor Freeze. I see you, baby. Salute to Victor.
E, do you want to go next?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. I hit it. What are your 5 absolute deal breakers in choosing a potential marriage partner?
Whew. Let's see. Absolute deal breakers. I have to kind of go on with Mr. Best. If I'm not attracted to you, there's no attention coming. I'm sorry. A man that lacks confidence. I need to be with someone that is confident. I feel that a man that is confident but not like arrogant, there's a difference. He portrays, that's a trait of a protector. Your work history. Like, do you have a steady job? Can you hold a steady job? Or you just one type of person that you just hopping from job to job or gig to gig and call yourself an entrepreneur? Like, I need some stability in my life. Like, I'm not 22 years old. I'm knocking on 40. So we you know, we're too old for this. We're too old for, you know, pollinating this flower and trying this and trying that. I'm all for if you have goals and aspirations, but we need to be on the same page. Values. What are your values? Our values need to align. I feel like if we have different morals and different values and they're completely opposite, it's never going to work out. You're just going to be fighting like cats and dogs. Mr. Best about to kill me for this one, but like I said, I live in the South. You gotta have transportation. Sorry, gotta put it out there. You have to, if you live in the South, you have to have a car.
Wait, that's other guys don't be having cars?
Huh?
Guys don't be having cars?
He is in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, Negroes don't have cars. They will have the latest Jordan, but will be at the bus stop or catching an Uber because their priorities are twisted, so they will invest their money in what they put on their bodies and not invest in, you know, necessities, which, and then some of them will be, you know, living in an apartment with like 4 of the other boys in a 2-bedroom apartment with a mattress on the floor. No, we not doing. I'm too old for that.
Wait,
I am
with
not in
one
college.
mattress on the floor and it'd be 4
But they
dudes?
had the mat.
That's kind of nasty. What they doing?
Well, you know, or the air mattress. You know, they don't even have an actual mattress. They don't have what you call it? They don't have the box spring. They don't have the bed frame. Like, you still have men who are still living in this environment, and it's not cute.
You
Like, you
dated one
have
of
to
those
up
men?
your game. No, I refuse. And if I did come across,
Wait. So how do you know if this is happening?
no, okay. So when you say date, like, I will sit there, I would go out, or I would have a conversation. I would ask about living situations, and some
So
of
you
them
don't
I
date
had to.
the guys then?
But I mean, I have had a conversation. So yes, dating, having a conversation. Yes.
Okay.
Was that 5E?
I just told you that you gotta pick a struggle, because you said you want a man to own his own place or have his own
I
place.
never. No.
Wait, hold on. I know that's
No.
hold on. You said you want a man who has his own place, whether he rents or owns. And you say you want him to have his own car and career and all that. And I told you that you have to pick a struggle. Okay?
Why?
Because I said most men don't make enough to pay their own and have a car. And if they do, most of those men are gonna have their way with women.
Well, they don't need no woman. If that's the case, what the hell? I'm confused.
No, I said most men who can do that will have their way with women. They'll have whatever options they want. They're not just gonna choose one. They're gonna do whatever they want to do.
What?
If they rent and own, and they have their own car, they have their own career, and they have a lot of money, they usually choose they choose whatever options they want to choose.
But you keep saying have a lot of money. I never said anything about a man having a lot of money. I said having a man who has transportation. He doesn't have to have a brand new car. He doesn't have to have a Mercedes-Benz, a Lexus. So you have to be able to provide for yourself.
All right, so let me put this out there. If it's a guy, right, he works at McDonald's, right? He has a car.
Bruh, I'm almost
Wait, hold
40.
on. I'm giving you a scenario. He works at McDonald's, right? He got a car, and he rents a room. Is he good?
He rents a room, not his own place.
M3, go ahead, man. I'm done. I can't do this.
What's up, everyone? Mr. Lego, good to see you. Best in the world, good to see you.
What's going on?
Mr. Best in the world, he's doing this to troll. He don't mean that. I know he's trolling.
Lightweight, I'm trolling, but I'm also telling you to start living in reality. But it is what it is.
I am living in reality.
I mean, it ain't nothing wrong wanting a guy that has like his own transportation. But anyways, I only came up here so I could give you my 5 personal. What was the question?
3 more questions, so you might as well stay. Do you want to hear the question again, or do you remember?
Yeah. Go ahead. Give me the question.
What are your 5 absolute deal breakers in choosing a potential marriage partner? This is card 2 of 80.
All right. So yeah. So my deal breakers is this. Okay. So don't take it the wrong way. You know, people are watching. But look, I want to just be straightforward on this. Okay. If you are ugly, it is a deal breaker for me. Okay. I like to talk to attractive women. That's just who I am. All right. The other deal breaker. See, the thing is, I would say weight, but see, the thing is, it's not about the. See, I like big girls and I like small girls as well too. I think it's like the symmetrics. You know what I mean? Like, because you could be small, but if you don't really have that type of figure, you know what I mean? That could be someone that's a deal breaker. Number 3 is definitely if you're a smoker. You know what I mean? So if you smoke like cigarettes, stuff that I'm allergic to, I can't be around with you. And I don't care how pretty that you look. You smoke that cigarette, I'm good. You know, we could be friends from a distance, but that's a no-go for me. Number 4, of course, you know, if you have a bad attitude or whatever, then I mean, yeah, that's considered as a deal breaker, and it should be a deal breaker for anyone. Um, Number five. Okay. Now here's the thing. I don't. It might be somewhat of a deal breaker if a woman does not know how to drive a car. You know, I want the woman to at least like in a bare minimum. At least like have her own vehicle or at least learn how to drive a car. It's not that much, but if you don't have those type of skills, like either you're willing for me to like teach you, but if not, then I might have to move on with someone else. Because if we're doing like these long like road trips, I can't be the only one that's driving. That would just be too exhausting. I
Are
already
you
drive a
okay?
lot
Well, why
further.
wouldn't she know how to drive? How old is this woman?
No, I know some people that who are afraid to drive. I mean, some guys who are afraid to drive or just never really went behind the wheel. But if that was going to be a
What?
deal breaker, I guess I have to relate with Lady E on that part. Go ahead.
Blowing my mind. Okay, so I would go next, and then we're gonna let the card creator go last. How about that? 5 deal breakers in choosing a marriage partner. Kind individual, not necessarily nice, but how a person treats people is a big deal for me. Like if you just going around bullying people, because you can, I don't like that. That's a deal breaker for me. I'm gonna go with everybody else and be shallow and say that you have to be some type of attractive, because that's just how anatomy works. Oh Lord. What's up, Great Pill?
What's going on? Happy birthday.
Thank you. The third thing that I would say is a deal breaker for me would be a liar. I can't stand people that lie for absolutely no reason. Just tell the truth. Like, just tell the truth. Habitual liars, excuse me. But that's a problem. That's a deal breaker for me. Number 4 would be a bad communicator. Communication's key and can solve all problems. I believe the right kind of communication. And the number 5 would probably be I can't do like
Come on, Cookie.
I can't do jail people that have been in jail. I can't do it. Like not like in the tank for the weekend. Like I'm talking like jailbird done time in the feds. Like I'm not dealing with you. I'm sorry.
So you're not okay with federal time, but you're okay if they do 6
Not
months in the pen.
state. None of that. None.
So if he smokes crack is okay as long as he don't went to jail.
Smokes crack? No. I said
Oh.
be kind. There's no.
Just asking.
Absolutely not.
He sells crack, but as long as he ain't went to jail yet, it's okay.
Oh, if he sells crack? No.
Yes.
I mean, if you're a criminal, I mean, you're doing criminal activity. Maybe that's
He
the way.
ain't went to jail.
Yeah.
Criminal activity is a no-go for me. I'm not trying to be. Now, I can be that person for a good man, but I'm not trying to be. What was it?
So
God at the end. What did he say? I think what happened? What I missed?
So-
What did he say?
it's not what he says, what you
Happy
said.
birthday, Cookie. That's what you meant. Happy birthday.
All right, who's up next?
All right, I go next. 5 deal breakers is if she didn't have a daddy, we just gonna be smashing. The second one is if you're over 180 pounds, I can't do nothing with you. Unless you're like 5'10" or some shit. So next is if you aren't working out 3 times a week, and if you have a propensity to eat ice cream 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm not, or a fried chicken in your bed, I'm not messing with you. If you've ever eaten fried chicken in your bed, we probably ain't gonna be smashing. We ain't gonna be doing nothing.
Those are the
So
good
no
old days.
1,000 pound life, huh?
Yeah, those are good old days.
Is
So-
baked chicken acceptable?
Next, if you have soda in your refrigerator, you don't deserve a man or a husband. So that's absolutely disgusting if you have soda in your refrigerator. Next is
Wow.
wow, what?
Take notes, E. Take notes.
Uh-oh, you got soda in your refrigerator? Oh my God.
I have LaCroix in my refrigerator.
Is it soda?
Sorry, what is that?
Bye,
Is it
Lady E.
soda?
Bye. Bye, Lady E. Bye.
Is it soda?
Spring water. That's carbonated spring water.
It is carbonated spring water. There's no
Goodbye.
sugar in it. There's
Goodbye.
I'm drinking my LaCroix. I am drinking my pineapple strawberry flavored LaCroix. And I do indulge in Clearly Canadian. And if y'all don't know what Clearly Canadian is,
Okay, but he didn't say that. He said
Yeah.
soda. I'm
I said
asking, is it
soda.
soda?
Why are you getting so triggered? You sound like you feel guilty for drinking this LaCroix crap. I don't know.
because
what it is.
yes, I do have people say, oh, you're not supposed to drink this or you're not
So why
supposed
do
to
you
drink
drink
that.
it
And
if you're
it's
not
like,
supposed to drink it?
you're not supposed to drink liquor either, but I'm drinking that right now too.
Hey, shout out to you. Hey, me too.
She drinks that every weekend. She's drinking every weekend, and she's eating bad food every weekend. Every weekend.
Like
So,
they said, baby, I'm from New Orleans. We drink.
That's another issue. If a woman sits around their house drinking all the time, I can't mess with her too, because that has the same amount of sugar as soda. So yeah, if you sit around drinking liquor, that's a no-go also, because no, you might be an alky or something. So next is if you don't now know how to sit your ass down. So that's the last one. Woman gotta know how to sit her ass down somewhere.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Let Go. Does anybody want to get involved in this question, or should we move on? And y'all?
No, I want to answer that.
Okay.
So, happy birthday, Cookie. What's up,
Thank
Lady
you.
E? 84.
Hey,
Great pill.
41.
Hey, Mr. Let Go. What's up, Coach? It's Stan. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man? I recognize you. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. M3. What's up?
Yeah, I've known Stan for years.
Oh yeah. So, what was the question, Cookie?
The question was, what are your 5 absolute deal breakers in choosing a potential marriage partner?
Woo! For me to even get married, I know she done some witchcraft, so she already won that. That's witchcraft, so that's
Shout
not
out
a that's
Shout
A
out to E.
plus. One, she got to learn. She had to go to therapy and learn from it. Not only say I go to therapy, but actually go to therapy, change, learn from therapy. 2, allow me to lead. If you can't let me lead, what I'm here for? I gotta go. If you want to lead, that's
Well,
fine.
you can't lead though. She can't just allow any dude to lead her, right?
Yeah, but there's women who don't want men to lead at all. So I'm like, okay, I got it. If we're gonna clash heads, okay, you know what? This is not gonna work out. I'm pretty fair with the leadership stuff, and I dated women from other cultures, and I've seen how they work out, and I'm like, oh, I like this. So if you don't want me to lead, then why am I here? So I'm out. Number 3, gotta work out. Because I'm working out, you gotta work out. So
I was just about to ask you, sir, how often do you work out?
I have a gym at home and I go to the gym. So that's 3 to 4 times a week.
I work out 5 days a week. Saturday.
Ask him to show his biceps.
No, I'm not gonna show my biceps because if you're gonna do that, then
So messy.
84.
Wait, did Cookie just tell Stan to step his game up? She said 5 days a
Yes.
week. You said 4.
That's
I'm
fine.
Oh.
I'm a former
Yeah,
athlete.
Cookie said that. I heard it.
3 days.
No.
No.
Dan, you already know you work out more than that with the job you got. So don't play yourself.
Look,
You
I'm just trying to be
already know.
modest.
You already know.
What do you do, Stan?
Oh, we're not talking about that. But
Yeah,
I'll
we're
say
not
it this
talking
way:
about
I'm not allowed to touch certain.
He's
stuff.
on OnlyFans, Cookie.
Oh my God.
Not only that, but at
Ice
$35
water.
a
What's up,
month.
ice water?
But I'll say this much: at my job, my nickname is Wreck-It Ralph or Honk. So
What?
yeah, I'm Wreck-It Ralph or Honk. So yeah, I break a lot of stuff. I don't mean to.
On to the next contestant. On to the next
For
contestant.
real.
On to the next contestant.
I got
She
number
got
5.
No, that was 3.
That was
Okay.
3. Okay.
I don't think we need any more.
You sure?
Not from Stan. Not from Stan. I don't think we need any more.
Well, you got to be cultural. You got to be
We
cultural
gonna be
competent.
fair.
You got to be cultural competent. There's some stuff I like to do, like dancing, bachata. I'm from the
Oh, me
islands,
too.
but you know, some women don't like that stuff, and if they don't want to dance, that means I don't want to dance, but I want to dance. So I'm gonna meet another woman and dance. So you gotta be okay with it. I'm not cheating. It's running from your face.
I like the cha-cha.
I like bachata. So like, so you gotta let me dance and just let me be me. And then number 5, yeah, I think number 5 ain't gonna be able to handle that one.
We're waiting, bro.
You might as well say it. You
We're
done started
all
it. You might as well finish it. You know, we're all
Unless
grown
it's
up.
just
This is
completely politically incorrect.
Uh,
you know, intellectual soapbox after dark.
Okay, I like to have sex. If she don't like to have sex while we get married, because
Wait, what?
Why is that? Why was that?
because like, there's some women that don't want to have sex. They want to get married, but they don't want to have sex.
Your sex drive got to match.
That sucks. Sorry for you guys. Y'all need to
And then
stop.
I'm supposed to be faithful in the marriage, and this is my only way of getting sex is because we're married. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to cheat. I might well go ahead and divorce and go back out and date.
I get that. That should be on all. Like that's pretty much an unspoken rule in all men's list.
No, the unspoken rule is this: if I don't want to have sex, you gotta love me anyway and be faithful. That's the expectation of men. Like, you're not gonna get no sex, and you're gonna be faithful to me, and that's it. And I'm just like, I don't know what Hallmark movie you watch, but no, I love sex, and we gotta have sex.
That's weird.
So that's number 5.
Her what's the letters? Her card, you know. Gray, are you going? Gray Pill,
Am I going where?
to answer the question. Are you
Sure.
going to answer the question?
We're on the panel. We're supposed to participate, correct?
Don't start.
I'm just asking a question. If we're
I
on the
don't
panel,
wanna
we're
go
supposed to
Call of
participate.
Duty and blow your brains out like that. Don't do it. Let's
Bruh.
just stay
Or
on.
we can go to another question. So it's up to you.
Do you want this one or another one?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Do you mind asking the question, please?
The new one or the old one?
The recent, which one you want to prefer. It's your court. You the birthday girl.
Okay, before I ask a new question, is there anybody that wanted to answer the 5 deal breakers that has not gone?
Yeah,
I haven't gone.
Go. Okay. Go
Do you
ahead.
mind repeating the
Raquel.
question?
I apologize. I'm sorry. Go
It's
ahead.
okay. Do you mind repeating the question?
I do not mind. What are your 5 absolute deal breakers in choosing a potential marriage partner?
We can't be physically and verbally abusive to each other. That's 1. 2, we got to have a great understanding communication with each other. 3, we cannot be insecure, meaning that if my potential girlfriend, fiance, and wife, and she want to have a girls trip with her girls, I got to trust her. If I have guys trips with my guys, she got to trust me. it had to be a conversation on the length of it. A month, that's a no. Maybe a weekend or maybe a week, that's fine. Because if we're living, I'm trying to finish my my thought process. So that's 2. The third one,
Hold on, you know she getting smutted out on the girls trip, right?
I don't know that, sir. Every woman's different. Every woman's different.
Okay, just want to put out on there.
Yeah. 3. Well, since he brought up, can't be a hoe. Can't be a hoe. That's 3. She could be a hoe to me, but she can't be a hoe to nobody else. 4. Act the same way you would be in my home and our home, like we'd be outside, meaning respect everybody else. I know a lot of people in those spaces say, watch how a man moves in the restaurant, how he interacts with people in public. So that's another thing too. So if you're part of me like I'm part of her, when I walk out the door, I represent us. When she walk out the door, she's representing us. So if you're not doing that, to me, that's a bad look. 5. About 5. I say just be gotta be honest with each one another, I guess. Just can't lie. We gotta be honest. So I'll leave it like that. If we can't be honest, then it start adding negative C's with one another. It builds up red flags and insecurities. So I'll leave it like that.
I agree with you. That was very good.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
Just accept that he plays video games. You forgot that part. Okay.
Oh yeah, she got to be a gamer chick. Just cause. Just cause.
Exactly. I was like, you left something out. Okay. Next question.
Can anybody hear me?
Is everybody okay with that?
Hold on. Vic ain't go, y'all. Vic ain't go.
Okay.
And Queen didn't go either.
And Queen didn't go either.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
What's up, Ice Water?
Go ahead, Vic.
Can you hear
What
me?
up, Vic? What up?
Hello?
Vic, go ahead, dog.
Victor. You're up.
Bonjour, monsieur. Bonsoir.
We might as well go to
Comment
Queen
ça
while we're waiting on Vic.
va?
Might as well go
Oh,
to
there
Queen
he
while we're
is.
waiting on Vic.
Hello?
Queen,
Yeah.
you're up.
Okay.
All right, Vic. When you come back, let us know. Go ahead, Queen.
So my deal breakers are his attraction, like his whole self, meaning mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. I don't think one outweighs the other. I think his whole self needs to be not necessarily put together, but you know, a work in progress. If he's a work in progress, he's a work in progress. But you know, everything fits together. You know, he's got to have some type of beliefs. He's got to have some type of drive. His health has to be important. You know, because if it's important to him, it'll be important. Mine will be important to him. Addictions, absolutely not. I worked in the field, and that is a very destructive thing to have. So absolutely no addictions.
Queen.
Yes.
All right, bet.
Ice Water, what's up? Controlling, hell to the nah. Because that means he's insecure. Confident men don't have to control. Confident men don't have to yell. Confident men just lead. So, yeah. So no controlling. His love for his family is got to be there as well. Like how he treats his mother, if he has sisters, how he treats his nephews, nieces, his grandmother. That's very important to me. I am very, very big with my family and my 5 siblings. And also his love or interest in building a community. That's my passion, that's my field. And I want to be with someone who wants to see his community do better, some way, shape, or form. So that's very important to me. So those are the deal breakers. If he doesn't want that, then we done.
I like that. Yay.
And also gaming because I got my own Nintendo Switch, so I be gaming in the room, be gaming there, you know,
I
we do our
do
thing. So.
too. I left
But
it
I
out
got kicked off
I
of
didn't
Call
want
of
to
Duty,
sound
so I couldn't
immature.
play that.
Oh, you got kicked off Call of Duty
Yeah, you know.
on
so,
Switch?
yeah. No, the PlayStation.
How?
Anyway, that's a long story.
I want to hear that one.
Nah, it's all good.
We'll
Too
do
many
that in the back
remotes
No.
chat.
broken.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
we're
be in
doing the back
another
chat.
episode.
Too many broken remotes.
Oh, that's how I got kicked out. Oh, she's a rager. Okay, never mind. Enough said. She's a rager.
Mr. Freeze, are you ready?
Yeah, you hear me? I got you.
What the hell was that? Oh.
That makes me think of Batman. Okay, what are your 5 absolute deal breakers in choosing a potential marriage partner? Mr. Freeze, you're up.
All right, peace to the whole panel. I mess with a lot of y'all on here. Some of y'all I don't know yet. Peace to all of y'all. I'm gonna just name them off, and then you tell me when I got the 5.
Okay.
First, you gotta have you some business. You gotta have your own life. You gotta be able to find your own happiness. It can't. Your whole world can't revolve around me and be all stupid. I'm not with that. I co-signed the whole lying thing. You know, we can go through the thick and the thin, but I don't do that deception and lying and leaving shit out on purpose thing. I'm cool off that. Can't be selfish. Like everything has to revolve around your personal happiness. Or to the point where, you know, you can't make compromises. I also would say, I think the reason why my brother said something about the cigarettes is just self-care. You gotta love you before you can love me. And that just encompasses so many aspects from working out to, you know, just whatever, from cigarettes all the way down just to taking care of yourself. So your man is not his responsibility to pretend that you're not getting fat or to pretend that, you know what I mean, you're not picking up bad habits and so on and so forth. I shouldn't have to speak on that. Just at some point you should kind of just self-correct. And then I would say you must be kind to children and respectful to old people. I don't care if it's your parent or your child or not. I just don't deal with women in particular, because women who I found, just people in general I found who don't have any reverence for their elders or show any patience or concern for children, they're just not good people. And overall.
So kind of like Kane from Menace to Society when he was in the back seat.
Bruh.
I don't give a fuck who out there.
That was his concern too.
Thank you, Mr. Freeze.
Man, I don't care. I'll smoke anybody.
Of course you will, Mr. 84. Of course, we know that. God, Mr. Let Go these cards. Where are we at? 1 minute and 19. Well, no, 1 hour and 19 minutes. Okay, so the next question might draw up some tears or self-reflection. This is a good card. I have never had anybody ask me this before. The next question says, describe the most dysfunctional trait in yourself. Domino.
Is that a card game you have?
It's Mr. Let Go's card game.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, don't let it be Derek Jackson's, because we all screwed in.
No, it's called Deeper Discussions. No,
Okay.
Derek Jackson couldn't come up with something like this because it would be like,
Yeah, I have both of his.
Are all men wrong in your life? And when a man did you wrong, what did he? It'd be some stupid shit like that. So yeah,
I have both of his.
you have his cards.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
You guys,
All right,
you know,
who's gonna start? I'll start. Can you all repeat the question?
describe the most dysfunctional trait in yourself.
I got to Google that.
I am an only child. I act like an only child. I have spoiled tendencies. I go to the gym at night because I want all the weights to myself, and I get upset when people be on my weights, and even though I ain't bought them, but they mine. So I like to move around and put stuff together so I can lift them. And I come back, somebody done pull the damn weights off the damn bar, and I'm sitting here looking like I want to fight, and I don't have a right to fight, but I'm a single child and I'm not used to people touching my stuff, even when the stuff ain't mine. So
Yeah.
so then because I'm an only child, I am alone. I enjoy being alone. Like, I love being alone. So I need a woman that enjoys being alone with me and not just jumping around like a damn poodle, because she is going to annoy the shit out of me, because I like alone type of stuff, like silence and just laying around with a foot on my leg on my leg, not talking. So, and women love to talk. So that is my dysfunctional quality or whatever.
I feel you on the weights, because when you're doing a circuit and
That's
it's
just
like
so
you have
annoying.
stations and like you go back to your station and it's like,
And they move the stuff. They pull the thing off, or the
I
pull.
get that. I get that's annoying in the gym. It is. That's why I go at like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that either. Because I lift weights in circuits. I get that. That's not necessarily because you spoiled. That's just the athletic mindset. But
Okay.
anybody want to go next? Describe the most dysfunctional trait in yourself. That's a scary question. E, let's go, Miss E. Yes.
I do not like asking for help.
Ooh.
Like, I will be overwhelmed, and I'm a helper. Like, if I see somebody struggling, I will help them, but to accept help, I have a hard time doing that. So
I'm
when
struggling
I'm
now, Eve. I need a sandwich.
we don't do sandwiches in this household. I'm not much of a believer of the processed meat.
Yeah, like,
stuff.
who do that?
Anyway,
No deli?
Oh, I love that.
No deli?
I do not buy I don't buy deli meat.
Where are
I
we
love
doing
that.
processed
Yeah, deli
meats?
meat is trash. I don't eat that mess. So
Like,
yeah.
it has a lot of preservatives, and it's
Mhm.
actually been they're starting to link it to some
Yep.
cancers, colon cancer.
Any woman that eats deli meat doesn't deserve a husband. So I agree. Yeah, I love it.
Like, that's and the hypertension link to it, like the salt.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
hey,
salt.
it's a no on your drink, Eve, but it's a hell yes on the cutting out the deli meat. All right, cool.
But yes,
And
I'm a
drinking
helping,
liquor
I'm a
and
giving person, but I have an issue with accepting help or asking for help. And I would be to the point of where I'm like to break down. I'm at the breaking point. I'm about to crack, and it's usually my mom, and she's like, "You need help with something?" And I'm like, "I got it." She's like, "No, you're not okay." And then when I run down the list of everything that I had that needs to get done, she's like, "Why you didn't say anything? Why am I like that?" I don't, honestly, I do not know.
Annoying type of girlfriend on the planet. Why? Why are you like this? Just a question.
Let me
Why?
ask you a question, Lady E. Is it me personally? I have a similar trait, but it's because I don't work well with others, and I like, if you're gonna help me how I ask you to help me, not how you want to help me.
But
And
you're a
then
man.
it just makes shit worse. Sometimes when people come to help you and then they mess it up, or you gotta explain everything. I could have just did it twice as fast myself without having to tell you shit. Is it that, or is it a pride thing?
I'm gonna say
That you don't
pride.
wanna ask.
She said like she's talking
he
about
was asking
pride
a
thing.
question. That's good. That was a good question.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it probably might be more of a pride thing. And have been in situations where I was overwhelmed and where I had asked for help. you know, I was basically told you should be able to handle this on your own, or you should be able to handle this. And it took me a while to realize, like, you know, everybody needs help in certain situations, but I guess I'm also used to doing things myself and taking care of it myself, that I don't expect anyone to come and help me. It's my job to figure out how to
Why?
resolve the issue.
Consistent codependency. Consistent codependency.
So-
I'm like Kevin Hart, help me.
Is it a possibility that you used to be codependent and you got used, and now you are the totally opposite? You're independent because codependent didn't work?
Were you raised by a man?
I was raised by a man and a woman.
I knew that YouTube talking point was
Are
gonna
you a-
surf
are
this
you a-
out somewhere.
Are you a daddy's girl?
He always make a go dark. Like,
I was raised in a 2-parent household.
No, the
So
reason
they
I
didn't
asked
help you when you was little?
We had what we had to do, but you had to do it.
she not from here.
You were the
You
oldest
gotta
child,
tell me
weren't you?
Caribbean.
No, I'm actually the baby. I'm the
You
supposedly
was
the
a baby
spoiled.
and you don't ask for help?
Caribbean. It's
We
different
weren't
culture.
like, no, like my mom, like if you had to do this, you had to do this. You could not, like, you know, ask a sibling or anything. Like that was your job, and if it was not done right, like,
Girl, tell him where you
Wow.
from so he don't look so confused.
Who's y'all?
Russia?
No, she from the Caribbean.
Yeah, Caribbean.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
okay.
a Caribbean trait.
That's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
lot.
I dated
That's
I
a
dated
lot.
a Haitian, West Indian, Trinidadian, Jamaican, all the same. Many siblings, the youngest, all the mofos don't even look alike. Same father, same mother.
you know, that's very true about my siblings. Like we're all a different shade of black. Like my mom's extremely light skinned and my dad's dark. We have similar traits, but everyone has a distinct look.
Yeah. It could be that nose. Everybody got that one nose, but the whole features like all.
Yeah,
so
we
different.
all have the nose and we all have the dimples, and that's about it.
Shout out to me. I'm that guy.
So do you allow people to help you now because you've grown, or is still an issue?
I allow certain people to help me, certain people that I can trust, that I know that won't fuck it up.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was making sure she wasn't gonna lie.
But peep the game. Peep the game though.
Don't get on the show and start lying. E.
You gotta go slow about. I feel you on that. Like you say, certain people to help you, because a lot of people, they'll help you for their own purposes, or just to get in your business, or just to tell another motherfucker that they helped you with something.
Or just to sabotage you. Some people will help, quote unquote, help you to sabotage you. So yes, I have to. And I guess because I am the leader in my household, I have to make sure that everything that's, you know, happening that can have an effect on my children, I have to, you know, I have to vet those things. I have to make sure it's for the benefit of my family.
I get it.
That makes sense.
Who's gonna go next?
I'll
I'm a
take
little
it.
selective when it comes to help, though.
Yeah,
I'll go
everybody
next.
should be selective when it comes to help.
Yeah.
Who said that? That's
I'll go
who said-
next. It was me.
Okay.
My dysfunctional trait is this is so uncomfortable.
What you doing right now?
No, I get easily offended.
I know.
Oh my God. I'm like, who the bleep? And I be trying, y'all. I'm going to therapy for this, y'all.
I know.
I know you know, because I done popped off.
at Call of Duty.
Boy,
That's how I know
please.
you're trash
See,
at Call of Duty.
it's just certain things. I'm competitive.
Garbage.
I know who I am. I was raised that way by my dad. I've been told who I am my whole life. I know who I am. I know what I do to be the person that I am. I know how kind I am. So when people stray from, when their opinion is like, imposingly insulting. I'm like, who are you talking to? There's no way you're talking to me, right, Great Bill? There's no way you're talking to me.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on it though.
Pause, sir.
I'm very easily offended. Like, and it's not because I'm angry. It's because my feelings get hurt. Let me throw that out there. So I think in the end, like, I'm kind of a softie, is what it is. I'm like, dang,
Ladies and gentlemen, we just had an icebreaker.
yeah.
A breakthrough.
Because a
What?
lot of people don't understand that about me.
That's a breakthrough.
He knows.
Thank you,
knows.
Cookie.
What?
Thank you, Cookie. That's a breakthrough. Thank you.
I think great.
Yeah.
Great Bill, that does not mean I will not find you on the map and snipe you from 400 yards away.
We know
Don't get
sometimes Cookie, sometimes
That
Cookie
just
will be
means
like,
I'm accepting the fact that I know why I get offended.
yeah.
It's not because I'm angry, it's because it makes me sad that somebody actually thinks that about me.
Listen. Ian
Without
Cookie,
letting me explain.
Ian
Huh?
Cookie, both of y'all are a little stubborn. You could be stubborn sometimes, both of you.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
everybody,
Don't look like, don't look at the camera like that, E.
Look, wait,
Don't
hold
look at
up.
the camera like that. You stubborn
we
too.
didn't ask you what you thought about us.
I don't
That
care.
wasn't the question.
You-
I don't
Because
care.
I left the chat. Well, explain
Everybody
what
give.
I just said.
If anybody get a perspective, it's me. I don't care.
Oh wait,
Shout out to
I
perspective.
forgot. Hold up. I am stubborn because I require for a man to have a job and a vehicle.
No, it's more than that. You know why? It's more than that. Don't sit
I
here and
don't
try
know
to do that.
why.
Yeah.
I'm not
mhm.
stubborn. I'm just straightforward.
Y'all both a little stubborn, a little bit.
How?
A little
I'm
bit.
stubborn,
Why you
A4.
can't shut mine, Lady E? Why you
Boy,
can't shut
like
mine?
he,
That's coming out.
Why
wait,
did you-
what?
I want
Why-
to know what
why
I
you
was
can't drop
stubborn.
you off
What
at
did I
work?
do?
Wait, why I can't what?
Why you can't drop you off at work like baby boy?
bro, it sounds like you focusing on the
it's-
tower.
You're going in and out like you have a bad connection.
I said, why he can't just drop you off at work?
Oh,
I'm confused.
How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 38.
But you'll need your car when you at work though.
But why? Because
I'm
you
really
got
confused now.
stuff.
Like baby
what?
boy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He drop you off at work. He has the car to do DoorDash.
I'm
just
what
look,
we doing,
I'm just
bro?
the reason I'm saying they stubborn. The reason I'm saying I'm stubborn is this, right? Especially with E. Now, Cookie, not so much. I haven't given Cookie too much advice. You know, and Cookie's a little more reasonable than E, a little bit more, right? She's more reasonable. But you know what I'm saying. But E, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying. Look, you don't listen, okay? You don't listen. You don't. You do not listen. Your head is as hard as flint. You know what I'm saying? You're hard headed, girl. You're hard headed. You are hard headed, and you think that your way works. That's a lot of times when you women get older, y'all start thinking y'all way works, and it don't. It don't work.
And if it
Ladies
would
and
have worked, you would have
gentlemen,
had
in other news today,
a
you're the
man by
only
now.
one that feels that way.
He is divorced.
But if it would have worked, you would have still had a man by now.
No, real talk.
Still in there.
Okay, so look, you want the truth? Okay, so here's
E, hold on, no,
stop. No, because look, I've had people come and I'm coming with the truth. You want the truth? I'm gonna let you have the truth. So yes, I was in a committed relationship. It did. No, listen, I had to take time and focus on my family. You know why? Because dad was ill. Kid's dad was ill. So I focused on my family. Dad did pass away, so I had to make sure that kids got the therapy and everything that they needed. So if I was running around with a man and not worried about my kids, that would have been a fucked up situation.
That's true.
Wait, they weren't his kids?
Huh?
Yeah. You said you were married, right?
Yeah, I was married. I divorced a long time ago.
Oh, okay. So this is a different person.
Yeah, this is a different person.
Okay, so he wasn't helping you with what's going on. Like, what
No,
kind
it
of
was a
marriage?
it was a long distance relationship. So yes, naturally
Oh,
I'm going to cut it off.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I got you.
Mm.
Still remains the same thing though.
You
Well,
got
okay,
married,
I got it.
then
So
y'all had to- y'all had
8-4,
to
since you trying to throw everybody under the bus, describe the most dysfunctional trait in yours.
Wait,
I
hold up.
told
That
you.
ninja think he
But
perfect.
hold on, just going to Lady E. Doesn't that mean you cut the dude off because you refused to ask for help because your daddy had issues? Did you ask the man for help?
No,
even though
it
was out of
wasn't
town?
it wasn't my dad. It was the children's dad.
Oh,
So he had a terminal illness,
got
and
you.
so
The
because
kid's
we
father.
knew, yes,
Yeah, that would have. Okay, now that makes a lot of sense. I get it. Well, you're a good person for doing that. I like that. Okay.
Can I
He's
jump?
great.
I just want to say something real quick before 84 go ahead.
I love E.
You could have led with that, and that'd have been done with the conversation. Allow me to be your manager for going on to duration of this conversation.
Oh my God, you sound like Mr.
Yeah.
Let It Go.
Go ahead, 84.
She's not gonna let you do that because she's too stubborn. She ain't gonna let you do that. She's too stubborn. She way too stubborn.
You're
my
up
toxic.
8-4,
What is my most bad trait? You said?
dysfunctional.
telling people what they need to do and thinking he perfect.
84. Do you need the definition?
No. That's not me at all. That's not me at all. I don't tell nobody what to do. I don't tell nobody what to do. You all are grown. You know what I mean? But I just, when I speak to the nature of men, you don't want to hear it. I just tell you how men are and how we are at our rawest. And sometimes you don't want to hear that, but you rather me say it than not say it. You want me to lie to you? I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? So that ties into my most dysfunctional trait. I care too much. I care too much. And I really should care less and really destroy more, but I care too much. Why?
Yeah.
Because I want people to be happy.
No, I'm gonna play the little violin.
Just a little bit.
I got. I never seen a little one. Do that again.
What is that? The piccolo?
Do you know wanting to be happy is actually
Piccolo's the-
narcissistic?
What's that?
The person that cares too much is a narcissist. Did y'all
That's
know
not true.
that?
That's not true.
It is true.
That's not
Because
true. No,
the
that's not
reason
true.
why they want you to be happy is so they can feel fulfilled in themselves. So people try to make other people happy so they can feel like they're important.
That's
so
a
they
social.
can say,
That's more.
I'm the
That's more.
one that made you happy. So
That's-
wanting somebody to be happy is actually wanting something for another person that they don't want for themselves. And you got to look in yourself to find out, why do you want somebody else to have something that they don't want? That is narcissistic to a certain degree.
The beginning, the last part I would kind of
He
chime in
right.
on. The beginning of it, you said a narcissist wants somebody to be happy. That's not true. A narcissist is somebody that's, number one, lacking empathy. That's number one. So I can't have empathy, be a narcissist, but want somebody happy. It doesn't work like that. A narcissist has so many traits to the point where they actually feeding off of negativity that they poses on other people. That's dysfunctional.
Well, when you want somebody to be happy, most likely it's not going to happen because they aren't happy before you want them to be happy, because we can't make other people happy. So
Correct. Which doesn't make that person a narcissist.
That's not necessarily going to happen. So you actually are getting your narcissistic supply from the other person by them appreciating you for what you're doing. So
No,
it's
it
not about the narcissistic abuse and all this other stuff. There's a lot of sides of narcissism, because the simple example of narcissism, or either the definition, is you have an inflated sense of self-worth. So when you actually start looking at yourself as somebody that can make another person happy, even though they don't want to do it for themselves, you have an inflated sense of self-worth, meaning that is narcissism.
No, you're getting part of it right, but the other part is it's not there.
Hold
Again,
on, GP, hold
Yeah.
on. I'm not trying to make people happy. You know what I mean? I just try to avoid certain things because I'd rather people be happy and I'd rather people just going about their life. And I just literally, just like you, Mr. Lake, I was the only child. I like to be left alone. So I like to be left alone. I like to live peaceful, and I want everybody else to live in peace. So that's where it comes from. It's not.
Okay.
I ain't trying to control nobody. People do whatever they want.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, because he'll be the first to say y'all can do what y'all want after he did like lectured you for like 5 minutes. He'll be like, but you can do what you want. That's his famous line. I'm like, okay.
That makes sense.
Who's up?
I'll go.
Describe the most dysfunctional trait in yourself.
Okay. Just to make it clear for the audience out there, definition of dysfunctional, not operating normally or properly. So that could be whatever I do, somebody else's don't agree with, or not in the same realm. So I would say me and a large part of my family, we are night owls. So generally most women that either I date or with, they like to go to bed 9, 10 o'clock and be early birds. I am not an early bird. I'm pretty much a living, breathing vampire, if you want to say. I am my sleep cycle is weird. I can be up right now to like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm good. Depending on the work hours and schedules, I literally had to kind of force myself on a certain sleep scheduling clock for people I've done first, second, and third shifts. So they know those third shift people, they know graveyard shift, they understand it. So that's pretty much me. I think that's one of my dysfunctional traits, is just being a night owl. Anything else? I would say maybe, I guess little, I call myself weird, but normal weird that people cool with. Like when I say the gaming thing, and then I find someone else is cool with me too on that, or a fan of certain movies, a fan of certain music. I don't think a large majority of people is in favor of the taste of music, because I listen to everything: reggae, hip hop, salsa, tech, house, and I'm talking about old house. You know what I'm saying? All club music, house music, everything. Anything I hear of soundtracks or movies, I'm already copping it. That's pretty much me. Dancing, I'm with Stan on this one. I haven't been out there actively about it, but if something new comes up, I'm down for it. If it's positive, I'm down. You want Great Pill, you know how to dance? Nah. You know how to do the merengue, the salsa? Nah. You gonna teach me? Bet. Let's go. That's me. So I think I'm an oddball. Oh, definitely I love to drive. Having music out. Sometimes if I'm late night driver, shout out to the South, because we got the roads wide effing open for us. Yeah, I think that's pretty much different for the functional part of it. But I'm sure somebody pops up out the blue and say, hey, I like that too. So that's just me. And I definitely, yeah.
Metallica on the way home, so I get it.
Oh yeah. AC/DC, Motley Crue. Oh, let's go.
And then they like, you're a black girl, you like Metallica. I mean, they drive me. I can lift much more weight when I'm listening to Metallica.
Oh no, I step on that gas when I hear Motley Crue.
All right, so I get you. I get it, Great Pill. I do.
We got somebody new in the building. We got our brother Kings and Dreams. Kings and Dreams, what's good, baby?
Dreams. He was
What's
in the
going
chat.
on? What's going on? Happy Friday, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well, and looking forward to a great weekend.
I'm looking forward to a great summer. It was my last day of school today, y'all.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Great summer, man, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, so the question at hand, I don't know who's up next, is describe the most dysfunctional trait in yourself. And Great Pill just went. So who wants to go next?
So y'all was saying something about my mic earlier. Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you.
Good right now.
You good, Vic?
I'm a nigga, in the worst and the best sense. Like people say nigga means ignorant. I think it's the opposite. It means to me that you know better, yet you still don't do better. And I know better and I can give great advice, but should my I get frustrated or upset, or whatever, I'm willing to like undo or throw away things that I know are instrumental to my success or important or whatever. Like I'll burn it all down just for a nigga moment, just to let a nigga feel me. And
Self-sabotage.
yeah, that, you know.
You know, I applaud you for being honest, though.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah,
You could've tried to- you
definitely
could've
shout
spun
out for
so
that.
many different ways, but you just straight up said I'm a nigga. Like, I mean, I
But
like
you know what? He said it that way, but you know what? I've met guys who, a lot of them, they do say, I'm not changing for anything or anyone. But I feel like in order to have growth, you have to change, you have to evolve. And so when I hear someone say, I'm not changing for anything, I'm not changing for anyone, this is me, this is who I am, it's like, okay, you're stuck in a spot. And so you don't desire to move forward, you don't desire growth.
I want to tell you though, I understand you. I urge you to evaluate why you feel that way. My child's father lives for nigga moments. So I get it. Like, that's the reason I didn't marry him. Smart guy, all that, but just a nigga at the end of the day. From New Orleans. But so I get it. I get it. I get you.
All right.
Do you sometimes feel that it's someone that doesn't believe in their own potential, so they just kind of just stay there?
Absolutely. That or depression.
Nah, it's like the devil is just busy, and sometimes I got time today, and you know, I spend a lot of time trying to, you know, keep a lot of things at bay, and it, you know, it's not necessarily my nature. So I feel, you know, I don't feel it's natural in the Western world how we handle conflict and how men handle each other and how women interact with men and all of these things. You know, how you know, a 23-year-old kid can be your boss and talk to you disrespectfully, and you got to eat that because you got kids to feed at home. Whatever, you know, the situation may garner, and your maturity level is supposed to be the thing that restrains you. However,
is it though?
Supposedly, I guess.
Well, the thing about it is, fighting somebody or going off on somebody will only make it worse. So how would you make the situation better by going off on the person? And because that's my thing, what's the purpose of doing that? That only makes it worse, right?
So check it out, right? So I had a partner. He's a little bit older than me, and we worked together, and we was doing construction at the time. You know, it can get a little weird out there, you know. And he told me one day, he said, "Ain't nothing wrong with being angry." He said, "Just be angry different." And
I'm sorry.
I have to disagree with that.
I get what he's saying in the last part, but when I hear get angry differently, to me, that's supposed to motivate you to be better. So, and we'll use job, for example, right? So if I'm in what most people consider a dead-end job, but again, as long as I'm working, I'm getting money's coming in my pocket, bills getting paid. It may not be sorry, I'm throwing you the bus, just joking matter. It might be not be the lifestyle that she wants, but as long as I got a roof over my head, I got me a decent car, I'm getting back where I need to go. But if I come across somebody that's younger than me, that's my boss, my manager, I don't have to stay with them. So my motivation for the anger part, I would just fuel me to say, you know what, let me get a better job. Let me start looking for something else. Or better yet, the job I'm at, let me find levels to the experience so I could take that, build a better resume and move on. And then I might even, that's how I would do it.
But GP, hold on. I gotta
add one
hold
more
on.
thing.
You gotta let the man finish it. He ain't finished your story though. You and Grayfield jumped in. This man didn't even finish your story.
Yeah, I did cut him off.
Let that man finish.
I did.
Hold on, y'all.
That's right. Let ice water finish.
Hey, listen. It's young slushy to you, all right? Hey, Lady E was asking a fair question, and I didn't hear her. Can you say what you were asking?
No, what I was just going to add a comment to piggyback off of Great Pill. I think you're coming out and saying what you're saying. We appreciate that. And we also have to link that with, whether you're holding it in or you're being aggressive and letting it out. Heart disease is like one of the number one killers in Black men. So we have to figure out how we can shift that. Like and I work in a hospital, and so I see there's people my age, there's people younger than me that are our shade, melanated people, and they are having strokes and heart attacks at a scary rate. And it's not like obese people. These are people, normal sized people. So we have to fix that.
Dr. Maxine.
May I say something, Mr. Freeze?
Please.
I don't want anybody to get offended when I say this. I think you could develop that and learn how to channel it, because that's what I'm working on now. I heard you say that the devil be busy. I mean, first, I want you to stop blaming your actions on an imaginary being. I know.
Thank you.
Thank you. But what I'm saying is your actions are your actions. If the devil hasn't physically jumped into you and made you act like a nigga, like just completely.
No. I'm not blaming the devil.
Except that you a nigga. You know what I mean? Like.
Hold on. Because I'm very candid about where I stand, and if I'm wrong, I'll accept that. And what Anton say, I leave myself open to the possibility of being wrong. So at the end of the day, what you're saying, whether you believe in God or the devil or not, that's neither here nor there. I feel like a lot of people blame the world is busy enough with enough evil without the devil having to do nothing. He can take education. So I'm saying that an external source can throw me off my course, even though I don't have a problem course correcting. I don't have a problem making adjustments, but it's holding to those things when it's clear that someone is trying to take you off course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But let me say
this,
nobody's trying to do anything. See, we have to have an internal locus of control instead of an external locus of control. And this means people who have external locus of control, they always think somebody's out to get them. Ain't nobody stun you. Ain't nobody stun me. The wind ain't blowing because it's mad at me. The wind is blowing because of some other shit. So it ain't raining because I don't want it to rain. Nothing in the world is happening because of you.
You're wrong, Mr. Let Go, because when you had them lights and stuff going on and you stubbed your toe, the world was against you. Systematically, things change. Come on.
But that's not true, though.
That's
not.
So
That's
all
not
together, like we gotta stop looking at
the sarcasm.
It's a sign. It's a side of victimization. Just like the young guy that is telling you what to do at a job. You need to look at that young guy like, wow, that's dope. He's young and he's able to be doing better than me. Instead of looking at you little bastard, like look at the young guy like that's awesome how he's able to excel. You got to give that man his flowers and give him his props and listen to him.
And let that motivate you to be better than him.
He is doing something that you aren't doing. So it's an internal thing that we got to start saying, okay, now how can I learn from this young guy? How can I do better? It's not somebody doing something that is hurting you. You are hurting yourself by the way you perceive everything. Like, for example, my dad stopped calling me when I was young. He didn't stop calling me because I did something to him. He stopped calling me because he was a loser. It was a him thing. He didn't do it to hurt me. He did it because he was hurt. So when somebody does something to you, it's because something is going on with them inside of them. It ain't, nobody cares enough about you to do something to you. Not even a robber. If somebody robbed you, you actually think he knows your name? Like, yo, I'm gonna go rob Freeze. No, you like, yo, bro, give me your money. And guess why he's robbing you? Because his life sucks.
Check the move though, let go, right? So let's just say you're an insightful brother like yourself, right? And you understand those concepts. Does that change the fact that when that boy put that pistol in your face and put you in a situation and crack you up beside your shit, even though you gave me his money anyway? Yeah, his life is trash, not mine. Stop for a moment. It doesn't change.
His life is trash, not mine. He's robbing me because his life is trash.
You ever seen somebody spill something on someone else?
What?
I spilled beer on a baby when I used to wait tables, but the family was okay with it. They said he was going to sleep better that night.
I could see you doing that, E too. I really could see you doing that. I do not know why.
Look, the family's like, it's okay. He's going to sleep great tonight.
But the ultimate point that I'm making is that I understand that people always have a why for why they do what they do, and it doesn't have to be personal that they set out to get up out their bed that morning to go do something wrong to you or to say something that would offend you. However, it's how you receive what they're saying, what the hell kind of day you're having, and how far they push it beyond what you're willing to accept, right?
You know what's the problem with that?
So as a man, right? You have certain standards as a man of the things that you're willing to tolerate, even levels of disrespect from people who don't know you, who don't know.
They don't know you is the point. So they're not really disrespecting you. They're just operating in their world, and you're somewhat in it also, and you're just getting some of their energy. Because like I said, you're not special enough for somebody to disrespect. Ain't nobody thinking about you. Ain't nobody thinking about me. And that's the biggest issue. We actually think something is going on where you're like, yo, ain't nobody thinking about you. You're just in the way of their anger or their issues.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're in a break room and somebody mad and now they cuss at you. They mad at their dog died or something. It ain't about you. We got to stop thinking stuff is about us. People have terrible lives and they get mad at their own shit and take it out on other people. It's not about you. It's about them. And that's what I'm saying.
But there are some people who plot and do stuff against other people.
No, there aren't.
Yes,
there
are.
aren't.
What are you talking about?
There
I deal
aren't.
with that at work. I deal with that.
They may have their reasons.
They're not plotting on you. There's something going on at home inside of them that you're just in the way of.
But it's still about you because
no, it's not. It's never about this. Is the narcissism in us. We always try to think something is about us. It's never about us. Never.
I know.
Well, excuse me. I'm gonna say this. It don't matter what they got going on at home. If they got my name in their mouth and they're doing something deliberately to mess up my flow, it is about me.
It's still not about you. There is something inside of them that's making them do that.
Well, then get a fucking counselor.
The point is this. Look, listen. The point is this. Listen. The point is this. The more you think something is about you, the more your life is going to be trash.
About an imaginary person. We're talking about evil people who move.
Nobody's thinking about you.
It's not
Nobody's thinking about you. It's a narcissism inside of you that is causing your life to be what it is.
It becomes about me. When it
Nobody's thinking about you.
You're not listening.
10, 9,
you're
8,
a figurehead of whatever it is going on in their
6,
life.
5,
Dang, they about to cut us
4,
out so short.
3, 2. Okay. All right.
So who's next?
This nigga
Right,
just
who's
counted.
next?
Can we go on to the next question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give me the next question.
Okay, this is the last question.
Okay.
Okay, that's a relationship one. We're gonna skip that. Keep going. It's for relationships.
Tighten up, birthday girl.
Happy birthday, sir.
Oh, I like this one. Okay. Oh wait, no, it's still too personal.
I thought all the questions were personal.
They were all personal.
already?
Hey, she said she got an answer too. She ain't gonna take that question if she gonna have to answer that drink.
No,
They were
I don't
all
want to
personal,
answer
E.
any of them. Honestly, I just for a panel. Come on, some of these questions I don't want to hear.
This is
y'all.
your panel, birthday girl.
Don't get me started.
This is your panel, birthday girl.
I'm coming out, so you better get this party started. I just had my pink
I
number.
in it or we? I'm not reading for the panel.
Oh, okay.
You found one or you want me to read one?
You read
Uh-oh.
one. Yes, you made the card game. Get it,
Lord.
Oh,
Not from
Dad,
Coach.
I got.
Okay, I got one. Okay, so the question is, explain the relationship you compared to the single you. How
that's
are you different as the relationship you and the single you?
Oh, that's easy.
Go first, then, sir.
That's easy. The single me? Oh, I'm a demon. The relationship me? I'm a saint. That's easy.
That's
Y'all don't know the difference between the two?
That shit ain't far off, yo. I need to lie.
Congrats. That's a good answer, though. That's like a Family Feud answer right there.
Yeah, I'm that nigga.
Hey, Lady E, has
You
anyone
are
Lady E, has anyone ever compared you to Sanaya Lathan?
All the time.
I can dig it.
Since I was in high school, it was you look like the girl from Love and Basketball.
I told her that the other day.
I personally I do not see it, but I do take it as a compliment. Thank you.
Check it out.
I don't.
Sanaya,
Oh, okay.
you gonna answer the question?
Yeah, I see it. I just Googled it. From Love and Basketball, the little nose and the I see it. But you know who you favor though? When I saw the little fro one, what's that singer? The thick one, the thick chick. What's her name?
Jill Scott.
Was it Jill Scott?
Jill Scott.
Because I've gotten Jill Scott too.
I ain't gonna lie. That's my girl. When she had that natural fro on. Yeah. Hold it down, E, because you got that multi-dimensional stuff going on with you. Shout out to the Spideyverse. You got it.
All right, so who's up?
Do you mind if I?
I'll go next. Mr. Lego, what was it again?
Okay.
What was the question again?
Describe the relationship you versus you different when you're single versus when
Oh. The relationship you versus the single you. How are they different?
I think I answered it for everybody, but it's all good.
Yeah, the single me, man, I'm having fun. I'm tossing women around like Tic Tacs. I'm just having the ball. It's like I'm Doctor Who. I'm like, who's next?
Who's that talking? Stan? Oh.
Stan.
On that shit.
Stan, are you popping about like Pez? Like Pez dispensers?
Next.
God,
I'm like,
no,
who's
Stan.
next? I got one
I'm
for
calling
tonight,
Cap.
one for
I'm
tomorrow
calling
morning.
Cap.
No, shut up. You get one for tonight, one for tomorrow morning, one for Saturday
That's
night,
Cap.
Sunday's
Where my
brunch.
head
Hey, tell them why they call you stand up.
That's Cap.
Relationship. No, because like that's why I see the fun. Like I see the fun in being single. So I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy it because I already been in a relationship, and the relationship me is like it's calm, it's somewhat kind of boring, but it's stable.
Can I say something, sir?
Yeah.
The next time y'all, as a whole, a male, ask a question why women are single, remember that shit you just said.
Which one?
Are you single? You
Yeah.
not you tossing women around.
Yeah,
like
I'm
trash.
Yeah, he can. He's long as he.
I'm single.
No, Cookie. Long as he honest and straightforward with who we come across, he's good.
Yeah, I'm
That
single.
that's not gonna matter, Great Pill and Stan. You know why? Because
Why?
every woman nowadays in America, most of these modern women, they all want to believe that they're number one. They all want to believe they can still compete with Halle Berry and Janet Jackson and high profile
Holly
women,
bad.
and y'all can't.
There's no way.
And y'all can't.
You know what?
Y'all can't be
Look,
number one.
He
Y'all
took-
probably number two, or y'all probably 1A or number two. Y'all not number one. Number one is a spot that's filled for number one. I'm not gonna compare myself to LeBron James. Men, we know how far we can go as men. We're told all the time. We are hold on. We are told all the time how far we can go as men. You are always told how far you can go as a man, whether it's true or not. Oh, you're not like this, man. You don't got this type of car. You're not like that, brother. You don't got the type of job. We always told how far you go. But y'all women are told from the day y'all born that y'all princesses. You know what I mean? And that y'all shit Skittles. You know what I mean? Even if you don't.
But
Well,
even
I
Skittles have different
I don't know why I
flavors.
can't borrow your car while you at work.
But look, if you're
Vic,
single,
I'm trying to work. I think about that too. I don't know why.
but you know, you're single. So
LeBron
you're
James,
single.
like,
You're
he
free to
just
date
fine.
other women. Cookie,
You hear him,
and
Cookie?
E, like you're single. You're free to date other women. That's the whole thing. You're single. So why am I single
That's
operating
what
as
you
though
like.
I'm in a
You
relationship?
like-
No, it's because of that thought process. So when we hear you say that, as a single woman, it's like, why date, my nigga?
Because
You
I'm
tossing
dating.
us around
He's
like
dating.
That's dating.
That's dating.
You're not gonna be able to reason with them, Stan. I told you they all want to be number one. Nigga, you see what I just said?
No. Cause bring me down to Stan, cause y'all ain't gonna put, cause I'm on that fence too. You ain't gonna do me and Stan
No,
like
yeah,
that
but-
now.
Hey, hold on. I got a question.
Then Smokey Robinson said, "My mama told me I gotta shop around," and that's coming from his mom. That's
Yeah.
a woman.
That ain't gonna work
Yes,
today,
I
Stan.
do.
That's not gonna work today.
respect
A
the
married woman told a
honesty,
single
but just
man
remember
to go
that.
ahead and shop.
Go ahead, Vic.
I
Go
think
ahead.
the
Then I
problem
want to get the
is
Kings
too
and
many
Dreams.
people are
Keep
shopping
that
around
same
at the
energy,
Dollar
my
Tree.
boy. Keep that same energy, my
What's
boy.
wrong with the Dollar Tree?
All right,
Stan,
Victor.
Are you lying to these women?
No,
You telling them the truth, right? You ain't
Yeah, I'm
take. You ain't
single.
take. You ain't
there's
take no
always
pussy.
women around. Well, I'm gonna say no. I'm single.
Yeah.
If you telling the truth and you're not taking nothing that don't belong to you, then that means it was consensual, right?
What do you mean
Right.
not taking nothing that don't
Oh,
belong
look.
to you?
So,
Hold on.
You
What do you
talking
mean by
about
that?
assault? S.A.
Oh. Jesus.
So
You are that nigga.
if that's the case, then why my man Stan getting all the bad pub?
Because they all want to be number one. I just told you they all want to be number one.
I don't know. I don't want to be number one. I just
We
know-
want to be the only one.
Don't
You can't be
Yeah,
the
and
only
y'all
one.
not.
You already know
And you're
I-
not.
Stop
You can't.
playing. Stop capping in front of company.
No,
you know I
dating.
am. Don't
No,
do
you
that. Don't do that.
Guess
Don't
what?
do that.
Oh,
Guess what?
and
Here
Cookie,
it
can you
is.
put the link to buy the card game in the chat so people can buy the card game if they want to?
Moderator.
I feel like I need. Okay, so how quick is shipping? Because I'm going on a trip, and this would be a good game to play.
Well, if the
7
link was
days,
in the
I got
chat,
mine
y'all
in
can
1
buy
week.
the card game.
Buy
I'm
it.
about
But I'm asking
Yeah,
how
put it
fast
in the
is
private
the shipping?
chat. Put in the
How,
private chat. I share it in the put in the private chat. I share it in the public chat.
How much for the car? Is it sim? I don't want to compare
I'm
you to
putting
the
it
other
in the
guy.
public
Is
chat,
it similar?
and
Is
then-
the price similar to the other guy?
Yeah, you can put in the public chat too, Cookie. 'Cause you are a moderator. So put
Hold
it in
on,
the
let
public
Mr.
chat.
Go promote his card game because I have questions about the pricing and stuff.
Can you pin it? I put it.
I
you
just
can
dropped
pin
it in the link. I just
I
dropped
got
the
you.
link now.
Mr. Lego, can you tell us about the card game, the pricing and shipping, everything, sir? Since we're on the subject.
The price is $28 and it's 80 cards in the pack. And I would say a quarter of them are really relationship wise, but the majority of them is meant to help you understand another person's family background and family dynamics so you can get an understanding of how the person was raised, and you'll figure out how the person is going to either treat you or receive you due to the fact that they were raised a certain type of way.
Okay. How long is shipping and handling? It's like 2-3 days because E was asking, or they would tell us on the link.
I'm not exactly sure how long the shipping and handling is, but
It's less than a week.
I'm not
It's less
exactly
than a
sure.
week.
Okay.
E, buy the card game. E, Buy the card game, but don't bring it to your trip. I don't want you to have a bad trip. Bring it to your trip, all
I'm
right?
not gonna have a bad trip. We gonna have a fun time.
Don't bring that card game with you though. Buy it, but don't bring it with you.
The
Though.
card
Yo,
game,
E.
that's after you
Yo,
get it
E.
to you, though.
Yo, E, you don't need my permission. Go have your good time. Just let me know when you're going and coming back, okay?
Oh, she gonna have a good time, all right?
I know. Long,
What was
Just-
the last
just-
question, Mr.
just keep the
Lincoln?
phone calls
Make sure-
consistent. That's all I'm asking. Just keep the phone calls.
Everybody buy the
Good
card
great
game
people
so
be
y'all
sleeping.
can not complain about the shipping and handling. If y'all wait till tomorrow or whatever, then y'all gonna be like, damn, I ain't got the card game yet.
We black folks over here. According to Freeze, he's a nigga. We all acting niggerish right now, so we asking
That's
that
what
all
I'm
the time.
saying.
Oh,
Just
shit.
get it now. Y'all ain't gotta worry about the card game being niggerish and getting to you late.
Hey, that's true. That's true.
Hey, can we get the
y'all gonna be
Teams
like,
of
I
Dream?
ain't got my card game yet, but if you buy it right now, you'll be able to get it faster.
There you go. Get that promo in.
What was
Can we
that?
let Teams of Dreams answer the question because he hasn't talked at all, y'all.
Oh yeah, he hasn't.
That's
Go
facts.
ahead.
Yeah, what's going on? What's the question?
What is the relationship you versus the single you? How is it different? How do you operate differently when you're in a relationship versus when you're single?
Great question. So what I would say is a relationship me, I make more time for my lady. And I would say, just kind of going back into the last question that you all were talking about. I don't know if this is necessarily a toxic trait per se, but for me, like I'm very hardworking and I'm very driven. And so I would say that there are things that I may not necessarily be paying attention to because I'm just so hyper focused on things that I'm trying to do, right? And so I push myself and I drive myself so much where there could be small things that I may not necessarily, be paying attention to. So when I am in that committed relationship, I tend to slow down and say, okay, you know what, let me pay attention more. But when I'm single, I'm just very goal driven in general. Hopefully that answers both questions. If not, then I can
That's a good
expound
answer.
even more.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, okay, cool.
I get it.
Can I?
I want to piggyback off of what he said because it was very similar to what I was gonna say, which is when I'm in a single space, I get a lot more accomplished. I can focus on self-improvement and things of that nature. However, inside of a relationship, I sacrifice my time and my focus worrying about someone else's, overall temperament and well-being. However, it forces me to pay attention to other aspects that I may neglect as a single man. Like my hygiene is on 100,000 inside of a relationship. You understand? Where I could give a fuck if I clip my nails today. You know what I'm saying? As a single man, I could give a fuck about certain things. You know what I mean? Where in a relationship.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I got a question.
Wait.
Hold up, y'all. Real talk,
No,
there was
no,
a
no,
lot of
I've
pause
always-
moments in that statement. There was a lot
Let
of
King
pause.
go because he never speak. Let King go because he never speak. King,
Wait. Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait a minute.
Nah. I was about to say, I know
what
this.
just happened?
I was about to say this nigga did not just end the stream.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, but
Wait, King.
wait a minute.
Rain is
Wait a
home,
minute.
King.
Wait a minute.
Rain is home.
Wait a minute. I am always focused on my personal hygiene. I'm always focused on my personal hygiene. What I am saying though is that when I'm single, I mean, no matter what, I'm always hyper focused on what I do, right? Like, so typically, like maybe I may sleep like maybe like 3 to 4 hours a night because I'm always reading, I'm always researching, I'm always doing something. That's just me because I can't stay stagnant. And but when I do get into a committed relationship, I do pay more attention to my woman, and I want to make sure that she does feel valued, because she's making me feel valued, right? But when it comes to my upkeep, that should always be anything that any man does in general, whether you're single or not. Upkeep is extremely important.
Understand what I mean by that, right? So don't. It seems like a lot of times what I say be taken to the extreme. I don't know if it's for comic relief or whatever. However,
it probably was like a tongue-in-cheek comment. We all had a laugh and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
If it's not explained,
yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not offended. I know who I am. However, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm gonna keep my fingernails clipped every day when I'm with my woman, because we in intimate settings and things of that nature, that I gotta be on point where otherwise I can just be a man. You know what I'm saying? And
it was a jokey joke.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, where I gotta make sure I did my 100 push-ups today because I'm with this. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, be on this level of grind because I'm worried. I'm not worried, but I'm focused on keeping what I've accomplished. And I know what that requires. I don't, like I told you, like I would like my woman to self-correct. I self-correct. So my focus is no longer 100% on grind and money and this and that and the third. It's on what's gonna make her do right and sit still, and then whatever I got time left to do after that is where I put my focus back into. And it's like a part-time, almost a full-time job, which is why I find it easier to be single.
Yo, Vic, you ain't gotta explain yourself to these people. Hold on, Vic. Hold on. You ain't gotta explain. Look. Just say you like to wear the t-shirt sometime with the hole in the food stains. It's all good. We all been there. You know what I mean? Women do it too. Y'all got the bra with the broken strap and y'all got holes in y'all panties. Y'all do it too. Don't say act like you don't. You know you do.
I just want to know why does it seem like the guys?
Wait, hold up. You don't understand. I had to call Rihanna yesterday about my package that was shipped to me and how it was effed up.
You don't know Rihanna. Please stop.
You said she got.
I had to speak to the manager yesterday. My Savage Fenty order was jacked up.
That's a light flex.
And look. I sent Cookie the pictures. And she was like, wait, your box came like that? And I'm like, I got the video of the postman bringing the box on my doorstep. Like, it was opened.
The lady,
may I respond, please?
You're Savage Fenty, but you ain't even bought the card game. I'm just saying.
Bruh.
I bought the card game. Check your sales, boy.
Oh, damn.
Hey, he got that bread.
Well, thank you.
King cake for Mardi Gras.
May I respond? May I respond?
Thank you. I am a giving person. Ask this the best. I am a giving person. I'm a nice person, am I?
Oh my God, bro. I can't stand your ass sometimes. Go ahead, Grayfield.
Yeah, but since we kind of went back on there, so I'm on the website. If it's not for knowledge relationship, I really don't put too much effort or anything. So if they say it's a go, it's a go. So you will get an order from me, sir. If anybody actually going online, the link is there in the description. It's $28. The price varies on shipment. So if you want it sooner, it's a few dollars. Ignore the few dollars. If you want it a little bit later, between 4 to 6 days, it'll be a little bit less. So keep that in mind. So definitely hit that link.
Support Black businesses. I'm big on that. Like we gotta help our own people.
Yes, that's number one.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
I can hate you tomorrow, but you know what? You're going to take my money, but it's all good. But I want to go back.
And if your card game sucks, I'm throwing it in the pool.
I don't think it will, because the conversation was going pretty interesting.
It was. That's why I said it would have been interesting for this trip.
And to be fair too, because when I had, because I have Derek Jackson's, the questions and the conversations actually is more interesting than this one that was out that he had. So that's a good one. But to piggyback onto
Derek Jackson card game sucks.
And I
it was you know what? I'm gonna be fair. When I had it, it was basic for a casual conversation between you or your spouse or somebody you're like casually on. But the stuff that's going on now with the conversation with the questions is actually is really deeper. It really is. Yeah, you really have to think and have that because people don't have because people really don't have tough conversation no more. People just say like the dumb basic stuff.
Yeah.
Even the ones shout out to Stan, like the
I
casual ones.
like walks in the park.
Yeah, that's what I'm
dumb stuff
saying.
that- dumb
People
stuff like that.
aren't bold enough to ask these real questions. So I'm asking the questions for you. There's a lot of introverted people who are just like, I would never ask this question to somebody, but now I got this card in my hand. I got balls out of nowhere. So bam, ask the question.
Yeah, that's how I was throwing them. I was like,
And I think those type of questions, will help that person long run because not saying it will raise a flag for that person, but then you do have the simps and the guys out there, the women too, just like screw it. But as they're moving on with the dating or mating ritual, and then one of them F up in a relationship, that question will come back.
Yeah,
they're gonna
be like,
answer.
Oh, so you was lying then?
Yes,
You
I
said this.
yes, I knew better. Yes, I knew better.
You kiss their asses in a lie because y'all don't play the card game.
Correct. So now when you go
Why
back,
you
so now when you go to date number 2, and now you're gonna have more to ask that question, and then you're gonna list the response, be a bit more aware. There you go. I see you. I see you. All right. Back to piggybacking off of King. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're single, if you're in a relationship, if you're in a relationship. Wash your ass, put the deodorant on, cut your nails, always keep yourself groomed. I get it. I get it. You know, some people might be a little bit more slacking back on the single part. Hey, I do it too. But people do get comfortable because there was a comment here. Shout out to Shawnee. She said, "Hey, I get what you're saying, Mr. Freeze. When I'm single, I can go to the grocery store in my pajamas." So to me, that's a red flag too. No hate on her, but what majority of people, like I say, what majority of people do is they'll get the bait out, right? They'll get the hair, nails, and stuff done. Guys do it too. Get out in the field, try to pick somebody. Once they get them and they get comfortable, guess what they're doing? They're going back to the pajamas in the grocery store.
Yeah,
and the hair bonnet.
If that's you from the beginning. Yes, if that's you from the beginning, keep that same energy when you meet these dudes. Keep the rolls in your hair, keep the makeup off, keep that same thing with the guys. Wear the holy underwear, no deodorant, run to the streets.
Holy underwear.
Yeah, run to. Hey, my baby brother had holy underwear.
Gray pill.
Yes.
Gray pill. I shave my legs like every 2 weeks.
See what I'm talking about? Hey, look, we keeping the gangster on here.
Do you wax or shave though, E?
Shave, like I'm not a hairy person.
All right, we good. I know how that routine go. I know how to good.
That's not sanitary to wear underwear with holes in them though.
Wow.
Y'all keep saying that like that's okay. Like y'all know women that do that.
All the women I know don't even wear drawers no more, so I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie, the white women don't wear them.
If I have a sunburn,
The majority of the ones I came across.
that goes into my answer. I'm
okay. So I'm gonna put this: if you're wearing a dress, it's okay not to wear them. But if you are wearing pants where there's friction going on down there, it is very important that you wear cotton panties.
If you're wearing a dress and have a man, please put on panties.
And yes, if you're going on a date, you should be wearing panties, because if you're not, then it's like.
But you just said it's okay not to wear if you wear a dress.
No, if I'm going out on a date, I'm wearing
panties. With me, don't wear panties.
Yo, I want to give a shout out to
anybody else wants to answer the question.
I'm giving a quick shout out to Be Easy, that dude. Be Easy, what up, baby?
Happy birthday, Be Easy. Happy
birthday, Be Easy. Pull up if you want, brother. Pull up if you want.
This. Okay, 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go next.
Okay.
When I'm single, I'm goal oriented. And a little bit of a tomboy, But that for me, solidifies the fact that a male saw potential in me, even in when I was acting like one of the homies, and he was like, no, she got potential. Not to the point where I'm acting like a stud, but definitely.
Not a stud.
Y'all, it's late. I apologize. No derogatory. I love
You
everything.
said a stud.
But it's like I am an athletic. I'm a woman in athletics that's athletic, that loves competition. So that's who I am, right? So, but when I get in a relationship, I turn into. I get my nails done anyway and my toes, but that's normal. But I turn into, like, if it's the right man.
Oh Lord.
I turn into like a
Little girl.
little girl, yes. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
What's
Can I ask a question? Because
A princess, like a little princess.
can I ask a question? Because this is what I find.
But that will still beat you in a bunch of shit, though.
Can I ask a question, Cookie? Because this is what I find interesting, right? It was a segment a while ago. Nikki Harris was talking about with her man, right? And I think
So
Family
like,
Guy. I can't remember her name, but how do you feel like you turn that on and off? Because you're saying for the right man. So again, I can see you right now, and you're dressing the way you said, casual or not being for the right man. So how would you know? So that means that after you see him, then you're gonna go do the Wonder Woman trick, then come back.
No, it's not after you see him. Okay, there's a process to dating someone. There's you're attractive or you're not. They either like your face and your body, or they're not gonna like your face and your body. And a real man can tell whether I have on tights and a t-shirt, or whether I have on.
He can tell, or should he see?
He can see. Okay, my bad. You're right. Let me use the correct wording for my friend with the high IQ. So after that,
I'm dumb and stupid and ugly. I'm nobody.
Boy, stop. After that, you go on the date, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you dress up for a date. I'm not gonna show up looking.
Yeah,
like
but Cookie, I'm saying before the date though. No. I'm saying before. No. I'm saying before the date though. So again, would you meet you, for example, right? I see you. I already got the fresh cut. I'm ready when I came out the door. Nails cut, no holy underwear. So I already came to you. So when I saw you approached you, but you, according to you, you wearing the pajamas and you're casual.
I said I was a tomboy, which means I have on workout clothes 99% of the time, which accentuates my butt, which is track tights.
Basketball shorts or tights?
I have on
tights. She said tights.
I got on Air Force Ones.
Okay, leggings.
Thank you, E, because I'm trying to get a picture of this because she's
so
really
she's
Just ask her
probably
to send you
gonna
a
have
picture. Ask her to send you a picture.
A great pill.
She's gonna have leggings. She's gonna have a t-shirt. She might have a pair of J's on. She may have a pair of cross trainers on. It just depends.
A great pill. A great pill. You starting to sound like me right now, man.
Bro, this is
great pill today.
I'm asking more. I'm trying to get a clarity of what she's giving a description of what you.
Oh no. I'm only teasing you, bro. But I'm just saying, you seem a little more crimson than gray.
Yeah, because she's the stuff she's saying, giving me a picture of I see ratchet girls, but he's like, but he's telling me no.
I understand where she's coming from.
Yeah, but that's not what she said. But hold on, time out, because we get too much wording. But the way she described in the beginning is like the ratchet girl with the baggy sweatpants and the whatever, right? But he's like, hold on, I'm good. He's like, no, she's wearing her casual wear, meaning the fitted tights, the fitted leggings. I'm like, okay, you're approachable. Right. That's approachable. So now,
I see what you're saying.
Okay, now you're approachable. So again, how at that point, how do you choose to act accordingly?
Right.
How do you choose to act accordingly when you meet that guy? Because I can.
So he's saying, how are you acting, and you talk about how you dressing?
Correct.
Oh, the way that I'm acting, I'm not saying
How do
much
you
at all.
act single and
Yeah.
how do you act in a relationship? You talk about
Oh,
dressing.
the way that I act when I'm single, I don't really act at all. The same way I'm acting right now.
With a guy that approached you and asked you for your number?
No, if somebody come to me and ask me for my number, first of all, it depends on if I've been looking at him already, if he attractive to me. That's number one. How does he ask me for my number? Number two, how many other women has he asked for the number in the same location and proximity?
You won't know that on the first day.
Oh, sometimes
No,
we do.
I'm a people watcher. Yeah, I will.
We watch.
If
We
he's-
watch y'all.
If he's attractive, I'm watching him. I promise you. I promise you.
Do you turn that off in a relationship?
Do I turn what off? Who said that? What was
Me.
the question?
Please.
Yeah. So a lot of people have a problem with that people watching that. Oh, if he's attractive, I'm watching him. Now you admitted that in whatever status you're
Yes.
in, I'm assuming single, but would that not be problematic in a relationship?
No, because then the people watching turns into we're people watching together.
I think I think there's an overthinking on that one, Freeze. Like, I don't know. But the part of if I come across you, Walmart, the gym, walking past you, I ask for your number, you give it to me. You're just not watching me long enough to see if I'm talking or getting other girls' numbers or various of. That's not happening.
I don't give people my number out at the gym.
I know. I just gave like 5 examples of
Right.
areas. 5
Okay,
events,
so what were
parties,
the examples?
movies, clubs, walking down the street. You look cute. You wearing the leggings. I got your number. You gave it to
Walking
me.
down the street, maybe.
Yeah. So when you make that comment about, oh, I can see, you're not gonna see. You saw me, got your number. We made an exchange. I'm in my car. I'm out.
I see where he's coming from with
I
that.
do.
And
I
I understand it because I feel like this. If you're in the dating phase,
You take
may the
that-
best man, may the best woman win
But
Facts.
at this
is
point in
about-
time. I'm not gonna sit there and limit myself to giving my phone number out. Oh, I gave my phone number out to this guy, so this is the only person I'm allowed to talk to.
But wait,
No,
that's
if
not
the next candidate come through, yeah, I'm gonna give him my number too.
But that's not the question, though.
For the streets.
You're dissecting my single
Your
life
mama.
right now.
Leave my mother out of this.
But you don't
Wow.
put me for the streets then.
You said that. I didn't say that.
You said for the streets. I said your mama.
You said.
So if you
to whoever I'm choosing,
and I'm allowed to do that. So for you to say that I'm for the streets,
hey,
that's an insult. So yeah, I'm gonna say your mama. So don't sit there and tell me don't bring your mama in it when you threw me out for the streets.
you
Get yourself together real quick. Because I'm a single woman. I'm a single woman. I can give my number out to whoever I want to. So to sit there and tell me that I'm for the
9,
street,
8,
I'm coming back with the
7,
insult. So don't
6,
disrespect me like that.
5, 4,
Because I ain't no 3 or 4.
2,
Get your mind
1,
right.
0. Stop.
The reason I said
Hold on. Stop.
I was still giving my answer.
I know you are, but I want you to give me an answer, but hold on. Okay? Now, Vic was not trying to disrespect you. If you felt disrespected, allow that man to apologize, because he will. Because I know he's a stand-up dude. He got a stand-up character. You know what I mean? You know, but understand, right? Just understand the logic behind what he's saying. Even though it's a joke, understand the logic, right? When men hear, hold on. When men hear that, that's what goes off in our mind automatically. Just like when y'all called Stan out on what he was doing, and y'all like, and Cookie, you said, well, Stan, since you got that mindset, then you know that's why women act the way they do with men, right? That's what goes on in our mind. Hold on, this is why men and women are different. Okay, we different. We think different. So if you as a woman, you tell me you give me a number of other guys, I'm gonna think you for the street. I'm gonna be completely 100 with you because I don't know you. So
you don't know me, and that's the problem. You don't know me.
But see, that's how men. Hold on, that's how men think. Y'all not listening to me. That's how men think. Now I know, and like I said, Vic did not mean to disrespect you. I know that for a fact. If you felt disrespected, Lady E, I apologize to you.
Oh.
Okay. And Vic,
Yeah.
if Vic chooses to apologize, he can do that as well. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
do you mind if I chime in here really quickly, if you don't mind?
Man, can I finish
This
my
apology
answer?
moment, King. This apology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she didn't finish
yeah.
her answer, y'all.
Oh,
hold on,
yeah.
y'all.
I'm sorry about that.
Let
I'm
Cookie
sorry about that.
finish.
My fault.
Let Cookie
It's
finish,
y'all
and then we're gonna
show.
go to
My
King.
bad.
Sorry, Cookie.
My bad.
But I just
No worries. No worries. My bad.
It's fine. I was just like, damn, but it's okay. What I was saying is the difference between the way I act when I'm single and when I'm in a relationship is I'm a little bit more friendly when I'm single than I am in a relationship with strangers that I'm attracted to. That is the only difference. After that, they get cut off. I'm a very loyal individual. So it's easy for me. I grew up in a 2-parent home where my parents were together and they cut for each other. And that was that. I don't know any other way. So if you want to get straight down to the answer, that's what the answer is. I'm not as, hi, I'm Cookie when I have somebody. Actually, I'm a little bit more mean with strangers when I'm in a relationship.
All right, fair
Not
enough.
in a disrespectful way where I gotta call somebody or call my boyfriend and be like, "Hey, I just talked bad to this guy. Come beat him up." It's not that kind of, but it's kind of like, "Hey."
Yeah, we're good, Cookie. I don't milk. I definitely hate long stroke answers, but I don't. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I think King had something to say.
Boy, you can't cut me off though.
I apologize. I thought you was different.
You got that bad.
Please don't
You
point at
lucky
me. My
I'm
mama
done.
not dead. Okay, please don't point at me. My mama ain't going nowhere. Don't do it. I know you think you
I'll
could
say
snipe. I
that.
know you think you could snipe. You know what? I think you're trying to put some trigger moments on me because you're doing sniper things. It's not gonna work. Okay, it's not gonna work.
400 yards. You better get further away than that.
Yeah, when the avatar actually staying there long enough for you to hit him, I'm done. All right, it's out of my system. All right, I think King has something to say.
Yeah. So I think I'm sorry. I don't remember the gentleman's name and
Victor
but
Freeze.
oh Victor Freeze. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so I think what Victor Freeze was saying to Lady E, not necessarily referencing her personally, but I think what he was saying is that type of mentality, men will say, "Oh, okay, like we're going to think that women who have that type of mentality are for the streets," and so um, I think that what's important when we have these conversations that we need to kind of table that, right? Because I don't think he said anything wrong at all, right? You know, but people can get into a sensitive mode, if you will, and think like, oh, like this person is talking about me, this person doesn't know me. But no, what he's saying is like, okay, person who has that mentality, men are thinking, hey, you know what? This woman is for the streets, so I'm gonna do whatever I do and then keep it pushing.
Can I say something before the next person goes?
Sure.
Y'all so quick to say a woman is for the streets, and all men do is stay in the streets. Like y'all got streets named after you, literally. So my thing about it is, I personally don't. I'm not out there like that. You work, gym, coaching, grocery store, online. That's how I meet people, and not on dating apps, right? The last date I had to buy a new outfit because I was so busy coaching. So my thing about it is, y'all real quick to say a female is for the streets because she's exploring options and taking a number. Don't make her for the streets. She's not having sex with every number that she takes. So how's she for the streets for taking a number? I just need an explanation.
May I?
So, right. Well, if you don't mind, let me rebut that if you don't mind.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
yeah. So the thing is that, right? Like how you said that men think like that, right? So, just like how Lady E kind of like took offense to that or whatever, you know what I mean? And, like men could take offense to what you just said as well, because
That's
you just said
fine.
men. No, wait, hang on, respectfully, right? Because like you didn't say some men or certain men or whatever. You just said men in general, right?
And she
So
said, y'all.
yeah, you said y'all, right? Exactly. So the thing is that like we have to make sure how we are tabling, our comments or our rebuttals, what have you. So I'm sorry.
I agree.
Oh, okay, fair enough, right?
It's just kind of
So
it kind of sucks when you're all grouped into one category, right?
right, exactly, right.
Yeah. So when
So,
you're getting treated like you're treating people, it kind of sucks, right?
yeah, but you're not going to
Yeah.
pigeonhole
Yeah.
me with that. Hold on, but you have to let me finish, right? Because I understand what you're trying to say, but you have to listen to what I'm saying as well. So what I'm saying right now is that you know, you specifically said y'all, and I don't, we all know that you didn't necessarily mean all men, but someone could read into what you just said and saying, oh, well, she said all men, but I'm smart enough to know that you didn't necessarily mean all men, right? So
Mhm.
what I am saying is, to push the conversation forward, is that we got to make sure how we are tabling the conversation and the words that we're saying in the conversation,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah. So what what Victor was saying is that, and I don't want to speak for Victor, but what he was saying is that like certain women who say these type of things, men would generally think, okay, this woman is for the streets. Now he's not necessarily pointing the finger at Lady E, or he's not necessarily pointing the finger at her specifically, but he's saying what men think. And so the thing is that when you try to, when ladies try to combat what men think, it doesn't make a conducive argument, because what he's saying is what men think. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't necessarily make it true, though. But
Perception
he's
is
saying what men think.
at the end of the
I
day,
completely agree with you.
perception is reality. When we're talking about, for instance, Mr. Lego spoke on narcissism. I hate the word narcissism because until fucking YouTube, nobody know what the hell it meant outside of just being in love with yourself. But now everybody's got 38 definitions of what it means, and it
Thank
means
you.
something different to everybody. Now, when we say she belongs to the streets, it's just a sound bite. I meant it tongue in cheek. You know what I mean? Just because of how it was said, it was comedic timing. The young lady took it a little bit to the chest, and I feel you. You welcome to feel offended by something that I entered into the conversation. And if she was offended, that was not my intent. And I thought with the lighthearted nature of the conversation that would have been perceived. I didn't think my mother had a place in the conversation, which is why I addressed it. At the end of the day, when you say she's for the streets, that doesn't mean she's out here smashing every dude she come across or every dude she give a number to. But there
But
are
that's what
women.
y'all mean when y'all say she's for the streets. When you say
Let me
she
tell
is
you what
for
I
the
mean. Hang
streets,
on,
that means she is smashing whatever.
E,
We
E,
all know that
No,
let him
no, but
finish. Let
that's
him
not.
finish. E,
because I've
let him
been
Yeah,
finish.
quiet for a really long time. So
Let
you
him.
can
Let
sit
him.
there and
Let
say
him.
what you want.
I'll let you
no, but
However,
that's not.
I'm just
No, but
being
that's not
real, and
fair.
this is just
No, that's
showing
not.
you how people think. Because
So you're
when
not
Stan was talking about what he
you
was
just want to
doing
know.
with
You just
women,
want to
I never said anything because
10,
Stan is a single man. So
9,
as a single
8,
woman,
You ain't got
I
7,
can do what I please.
6, 5, 4. Let's be adults, people. So Vic, finish the point. E, I want you to go after that. Then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put the hammer down because that's just what the fuck I do.
You know,
Go ahead, Vic.
I mean, I'm one of these people, like, if you want to be offended, I'm gonna let you do that if that's what you want. But if you want understanding, allow me to give it to you and tell you what I mean. I don't know what everybody else means. So let me clarify, since now it's a problem. So she belongs to the street. For me, I can't speak for all men and what they think, but for me, that is a type of woman. There's different varying degrees of that, but she is for self. She out here fishing for her bag, and she'll do next to anything to make herself happy, whether that is a physical thing, whether that's a financial thing, whatever she trying to do, she out for self. That's not the kind of woman that you bring home and talk about no relationship with. That's what she for the streets mean. So to me. So when I say it, that's what I'm saying. It's not a direct representation of your personal activities out here, because I don't know you to know what you're doing. I don't know nothing about you outside of what I seen today. And you know, I'm not the kind of person who is disrespectful. Matter of fact, I stand, you know what I mean, to the point where niggas be calling me blue pill. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm more balanced, and I don't really like people just ganging up on women in that nature. So you kind of like barking up the wrong tree, because I would be more ally than an adversary. So just, you know, so you know who you're speaking to. But if you felt offended,
You can still be red pill and still be an ally, bro.
That was not, I understand that. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying people mischaracterize me as that because I am something
that?
Say again?
I wasn't speaking on you. Who said something about a red pill and an ally?
Oh no, I actually said that. That was Keys and Dream said that. I said you could be red pill and still be an ally.
Boy, bye. Get out that cold. Go ahead, Mr. Freeze. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So,
you know.
So at
Let
the end of the day,
Kool-Aid go, my
shout out to Cookie. It's all love.
If you feel a way about you know, adult enough to apologize for speaking ill of my mother on a podcast, I'd appreciate it. But if you don't, I'm okay with that too. But I didn't mean any ill of you personally, because I don't know you personally. So nothing I say should stick, even if I was trying to jab at you. Feel me?
Well, since even though if you were trying to jab at me, because I really, at this point in time, what I felt that just came out your mouth was nonsense. And earlier you already said that you are a nigga. You said it yourself. You called yourself a nigga. Okay? So the word she for the streets coming out of your mouth is coming out of a nigga's mouth. So you meant what you said. And that's all I have to say about that. There won't be an apology coming out from me.
That sounds like some nigga shit to
both
me.
of y'all should apologize. Pills don't matter.
Shit, I thought I apologized.
Just like
But can we move on, because it goes back to what I was saying? Like, who gives a damn? Like, neither one of
That
y'all
part.
are in the house with each other, we're on a freaking panel. Who gives a
Nah,
shit?
man, we're talking about communication between men
Yeah,
and women.
but it got dragged out to the
But
point
this
where y'all
is a
both understand each
panel
other.
where you can't make everything
This is
personal.
not-
This is
nah,
exactly what
nah,
I was
nah,
saying.
nah.
We got to move on for the sake of the
nah,
other
y'all
people
always
on the
gotta move
freaking
on, shit.
panel.
Yo, relax, let go.
We make things about us
sometimes-
way
yo,
too
we
damn
move on
much.
just to run back into
Which
the
is the
same
problem.
shit. We
Stop
move on
making
to run
everything
back into
about
the same
you.
shit. The conversation
Same
I
shit.
completely agree with Mr. Letgo.
The
Yeah,
Shit is
I
sad.
agree.
Everybody feels attacked
And Gray
shit.
Pill too.
We're on a
But you know
freaking
what's cra-
panel.
At
Nobody
the
can
end of the
touch
day,
you.
if you gonna come with the heat, you gotta be able to take it back.
There
But
is
you know
no
what?
heat.
You gonna
We're
pass
in
the
our
comment?
household.
I'ma
We're in
pass
our
the comment.
houses 1 o'clock in the
What I'm
goddamn
not gonna
morning.
do is give you the
You
kind
know,
of heat.
you know what's crazy though. You know what's crazy though. Let
It's like
go and
y'all just
King.
want to argue. Why?
People, and this is not no shot at them, but
Shit
you
is
can
crazy.
clearly, you can literally tell who's a content creator versus a YouTube person versus a panelist versus a chat person.
What are we
You
talking
can literally tell.
You can't.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't.
You're right.
Hold
I
on.
agree.
Hold
I
on.
totally agree.
Hold on.
That's
Hey,
what-
hey, I'm reaching my breaking point. I will end this. Don't make me go there. Y'all don't want the other side because it could come out. All right? I'm not going to say it again. Now, let me close this. Let me tie the bow on this. Now, at the end of the day, this is why I say men and women think differently. Now, me, I'm an anomaly. I believe that women should have equal rights for men. I believe that men and women can work together. I believe that we can all be one. And I'm glad that this person is here because he's definitely gonna bring the heat and keeping things orderly.
Jesus,
you know what I mean? 'Cause this is my mentor right here. This is the person who inspires me to do what I do and to be an avatar and move accordingly and move with power and with love. So I'm gonna say my piece, and then I'm gonna let him close the show. I'm gonna let him close it because he deserves it. Now, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm an anomaly. I believe that women should have free rights. I believe women should be able to do what they want. I believe they should have free choice. All those things. I believe in all those things. I believe in women's rights, all that. I'm with all that. I believe we should work together as man and woman to be together. And Cookie know that. They know what kind of man I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm very supportive of women. Half of the platforms that I've came up with is for women. Ladies' Night, this show, a lot of platforms I've come up with is for women to have a voice, to be positive, and to represent themselves the right way. So, you know what I mean? With that being said, I know I'm an anomaly because in other countries, men don't act like this. Most men in other countries, they do what they want. And the women just got to follow suit. I see it in the community I live in. I live in an affluent community out here in California. And those men of other cultures, they don't be talking to these women that much. They women just know how to fall in line, and that's it. It's tradition. It's culture, whatever you want to call it. But here in America, right, we're a lot more diplomatic. We're a lot more sensible. You know what I'm saying? And I'm more of a sensible, diplomatic man. Some people may think that I may be a simp or whatever, or this, that, and the third, but I don't care. Because I believe that men and women should work together and be together and work as one, work as a community in order to protect the land and in order to protect the thing that's most sacred to us, which is our children. And our children are the one that's really under attack out here in these communities. If y'all ain't paying attention, open your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Lady Cookie, I definitely want you to finish your point. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to Bolo. Cookie, go ahead.
No, my point was you did a good job with it. For me, it's just like I consider myself a kind person. So I just treat people how they treat me. So I'm literally a reflection of whatever is happening to me. So I try not to take things offensively. That comes natural to me because I'm a teacher. I can see both sides of how he got offended and with what he said. That's why I brought up the point. Well, we so quick to be called that to be say the sheep of the streets or whatever, and it's just ignored when men out here in the street. You know what I mean? There is a double standard. I get that, but it's still like Be Easy said in the chat. He was like, if we was to start just calling everybody fuck boys, then we're angry black women. You know what I mean? So we know what y'all be doing. Stan admitted it earlier. Oh, when I'm single, I'm tossing everybody up. It's just like, okay, so women accept that, and we still come around, and eventually we love y'all. At the end of the day, black women, you know what I mean? So I feel like just because a woman is giving out her number and exploring her options doesn't necessarily make her for the streets. So I didn't understand the whole argument to begin with, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Cookie, there is hold on, Vic, hold on. There is no argument. I was just giving you how men think. I'm telling you how the men in my family think, how men I talk to think. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying they don't need to be corrected. Just like how women think certain things about men, right? You know what I mean? So that it don't mean that y'all don't have to change, because there's certain things y'all may have to change too. And as M3 said, and as I said, Vic did not mean in any way. If he did offend you, Cookie, you know what I mean?
No.
You know,
No.
I'm talking about if he did offend you, he does apologize, and he said he did. You know what I mean? And I think you should apologize, for saying a comment about his mom. You know what I'm saying? If you're not ready to do that now, then we could talk more about that, later on. But Vic, I do want to get to you, but definitely after Vic, Bolo's definitely going next after Vic. So go ahead.
Look, short story. I can handle anything I dish out, and if you want to come at me because you felt I came at you, call me a bitch ass nigga, call me a fuck boy, call me anything you feel you need to call me. But I don't bring in people's children, family, or nothing like that just because it get weird and that, and then it get real personal, and then you depending on me to not live inside my nigga. You understand? And just stay like a regular schmegular and just respect the rules, the unwritten rules between black men and women. And that will require me to be more than a nigga. And that's what you're getting in this side of this moment. So this is me pushing all that aside and just saying, it's all good. I didn't mean to harm or offense. I thought the conversation was light enough and that everybody in the room is friends. I don't really kick it with people I don't fuck with. So anything that I say inside that space would have to be seen as something that either lighthearted, jokingly, or whatever, because I would speak to you offline if I felt a certain way about something that I felt was personal to you. And I think when Mr. Lego says, let's move on, sure, it's always good to move on and not beat a dead horse, but sometimes you got to address the thing because it's a microcosm of what's happening in people's relationships, and it's a microcosm of what's happening in the black community when there is disagreement amongst people, less more men and women, and how it's being handled. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes it's what they call a teachable moment. So whether I'm on the receiving end or the giving end of that teachable moment, I'm cool with it either way.
As an educator, I'm down with that.
Bolo, what's up, bro?
Bolo, what's going on, Bolo?
Yo, what's going on, guys? Mr. Let Go, Great Pill Podcast, Lady E, Queen, Cookie.
What up?
Victor. What's going on, guys? 84. Hope everyone's having
Love
a
you,
blessed
Bolo.
night. Love you too, man.
What's going on, fam?
What's going on, my G? I'm sorry. I came in late. I just finished my show, so I came and show you some love. Man, from what I'm understanding is this. I may be off a little bit, but y'all can bring me back. When I sit there and I watch a lot of these panels, I think that the reason why we have this such a disarray in conversation is because there's no trust. Love given without trust is a weapon.
Ooh-wee.
So we have to understand that. So although we may be able to speak, but if someone says something off kilter, if everyone on this panel has a relationship, we ain't gonna take it personal. You dig what I'm saying? So if you say to me, yo, Bolo, your breath smells like dead ducks, I'm not gonna be offended in the aspect of you trying to disrespect.
Depends on who you're talking to, Bolo.
I know that you're my brother. I know that you're my sister. You know what I'm saying? So I know that you're coming from a place that you're trying to help me. So again, we need to create that environment. That's the one thing that the black community don't have. When we look at, back in the days, although we may not have known each other, there was such an environment in our community. We still looked out for each other. That's no longer here. Everyone is for dolo. Everyone is doing their own thing. We put more quality on us than we do in us. Let me say that again. We put more quality on us than we do in us. We take more time when it comes to our clothes, our hair, searching for a house, doing all these things, than when it comes to searching for a woman or when it comes to searching for a man. We don't sit down and get to know this woman and get to understand who this is, because understand something. I know a lot of men say that women don't have an effect on their emotions, but they do. If you're sleeping with the woman and she said that your sex is trash, it will affect you. I promise you it does. So we have to understand that they have an effect the same way we have an effect on them. We were created to be together. Now, here's the thing that we need to understand, right? In the eyes of creation, in the eyes of God, we are all created equal, but we're not equal in purpose. Let me say it again. Men and women are not equal in purpose. So God loves the mouse as much as he loves the eagle, but he created the eagle to eat the mouse. So when women say that they are equal to men, you are not. We all have a purpose. So if you're a pitcher, pitch. If you're a first baseman, play the first base. Don't be on third base with a hockey stick. It doesn't make sense, and this is the problem that we have. Marriage is already created the way it needs to be created. When man starts adding their own things, and when I say man, I mean man and women. When we start adding things to what was already perfectly created, this is why we have these conversations. We have the same conversation every weekend. Men talking about the women that they don't want. They spend 45 hours on women that they don't want, opposed to talking about the women that they do want. Then you have the women talking about the men that they don't want, opposed to speaking about the men that they do want.
Bruh.
So we need to understand that the more you focus, the more you will be that person that you're focusing on. So all I'm going to say is, man, listen, before you try to be a husband or before you try to be a wife, you have to be a husband before you're a husband. You have to be a wife before you're a wife. You don't get married and become a husband. It doesn't work that way. You don't get married and become a wife. It doesn't work that way. These pillars should always be instilled in you. And the last thing I'm going to say before I bounce is we need to stop searching for the feeling of love opposed to the action of love. Love is an action word. Love invokes a feeling, right? So if I'm talking to 84 and I punch 84 in the face, my action is going to invoke an emotion in him. He's going to want to kill me. Love is the same way. The Proverbs 31 woman was a reaction, a response to something that her husband did. And you don't have to tell a woman to submit when you give her something to submit to. I'm out on that, guys. Thank you for having me. Have a blessed night. Love you all, guys.
Appreciate you,
Welcome,
Bolo.
Bolo.
Thanks, Bolo. He dropped out quick.
This is why I don't like Bolo, because you cannot compare to that. You cannot compare to that. Jesus.
You said you don't like Bolo?
I don't like Bolo. I love Bolo. I love his spirit. I don't like when he does that. It's innate in him. You know, he does it every time he come on the panel.
He shuts down.
It's crazy. I definitely
That's who I strive to be like. That is who I strive to be like. Like he is the benchmark. Like that's the benchmark for what I do as a content creator, hands down.
All right, so I'm getting exhausted. I know he is. I've got a couple of texts. I want to thank Mr.
Man, you
Let
just
It Go.
snitched.
Huh?
Nothing.
Tired.
Nothing.
I want to thank Mr. Let It Go for allowing us to use his game for the deeper discussion tonight. This is as close to a
Didn't you purchase it, Cookie?
relationship conversation. Yeah. I already
Okay,
got-
so he's not allowing you. It's yours. You own it.
Yeah, but like going online and having a whole conversation.
He's okay with it. That's part of promotion. That's part of market. He's good with that.
Yeah, but you still don't want to just have a conversation and it goes bad and then everybody.
As long
like,
as
"Oh,
as
this
long
is
as you just did what
trash."
we just did earlier, he's good.
That's true.
We got a few sales out of it. We promoting it. We're talking about it on the strength of Nas relationship. I wouldn't buy the damn thing. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. So it's a win.
But it's cool.
I have one question though. If the game is a bust during this vacation, do I get a refund, Mr. Legro?
Oh Lord.
Oh no! Oh no!
E, don't say that, E. Don't say that, E. Come on, E.
Out he
Oh my God.
Hold on, what was the question again?
I said, if the game turns out to be a bust, can I get a refund?
Yes, you can get a refund, but just think, we've only did 4 questions, and
You've
we've
been on
been
here 3
entertained
hours.
thus far. So imagine the
Yes.
other 76 questions.
Correct.
It's all right.
Just
Well, I got
but
one. I'm
just
sorry.
because you don't
I got one.
find out what you want to find out doesn't mean it's a bust.
Again, as E's manager, there's a real question that should have been asked. So I got you, E, because I thought about this question, Mr. Lego. So when we purchased this, right? What kind of packaging is going to come in? Because shout out to a classic. I don't know anybody knew or heard of Hot Damn I Rock. He went so far beyond of this beautiful wrapping. So are we going to get anything like that, or are we going to do, shout out to Freeze, the nigga version of the packaging? Is it going to be thrown in a brown paper bag? Is it going to be wrapped up in some gray and black tape?
Video about that.
And then we're going to write in markers.
Cookie will tell you about her experience of getting it. What was it wrapped in, Cookie?
It was in a nice.
What's your experience? What was your experience, Cookie?
I'm huge on packaging, right?
Me
So
too.
when I got it, it was super tight packed. It was in one of the Amazon envelopes, right?
Okay. All
And
right.
then you had to get that open.
All
And
right,
then
all right.
when you open that, it's in the bubble wrap, which I adore bubble wrap for some reason.
Okay. Was the big bubble wrap or the baby little one you could pop?
It's the baby bubble wrap.
All
but
right. All right. We're looking good.
the
Looking
deck
good now.
is this big with 2 sets of cards in it, and it's
Oh,
80
okay.
cards with instructions.
Okay. Love the
So
instructions.
I adored the packaging. It was nice. It was
Okay. Did he have any handwritten notes or something on this? Saying thank you, appreciate you, anything like that?
the actual box. He wrote it.
Oh, okay. Handwritten notes. Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Okay, so his packaging is tamper resistant, unlike Rihanna's packaging.
And like I told y'all earlier, when I because I play poker, when I shuffled the cards, I got a good
Good feel on it. Oh, okay.
Y'all hear
Okay.
that? Y'all hear
Okay. I don't shuffle cards like that, but that's a little tacky for me. But all right, I appreciate it. Love the
But-
experience. All right.
I play poker. Tacky.
Cookie.
These are good cards. They didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah, come on, Grape. What do you mean it's tacky? Come on, B.
That's not a deck of cards, King. That's not a deck of cards.
Oh, it's not. What is that?
It
It's
is
a
a deck
card-
of cards.
It's a card game by Mr. Let Go for relationships.
You got
Hey, well, I came into the conversation late. So sorry about that. I was
You
like,
can
what?
still click
I was
on the
like,
link
I
and
thought it
buy
was like
one and
poker.
support Black businesses.
No, we could.
Yeah, can somebody put the link in the chat again? They probably don't know where it is if they wanted to.
It's in
Get a
private. Somebody
card
can
game.
just go ahead. Whoever got the
It costs
mod.
less than a tank of gas.
But the
Let
tank of
Mr. Let
gas
Go
is
get
more
his
important.
Fiji water continuously flowing.
Exactly.
The tank of gas is more important. I'm sorry.
At less than $1 a day, you can have a card game.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I skipped like 10 cards because they was kind of deep, and I felt like people were
Insecure. I understand. It hit you home. I get it. The cards was very good. It hit you home.
Yeah,
It felt like it talked to you.
I'm not asking them that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but would
it's
you
some
ask
real-
yourself that?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, it's some
Right
deep.
person.
It's some deep ass questions on here.
with the right person, I
What?
would.
Okay. Now, all right. All jokes aside. So, Miss Lego, what was your mindset of starting that card game? And two, how did you come up with those questions? Did you talk to a therapist, a counselor, or just like hit the streets and just start taking? Like, how long did it take you to process for this?
I've been working on this for like a year and a half. I've been talking. I coach women in particular. So in my coaching group, we go over books together. So these questions have been inspired by different excerpts from books, different things that have happened with women. I've talked to therapists and psychologists. I talk about attachment styles. There's a lot of psychological things that people suffer through or deal with. So this card game has been put together to put people in a position where they can find out who the person it is that they're dealing with and why they're going through what they're going through. Because a lot of people don't know why they are what they are. And people sometimes don't feel like they have a choice because there's not a lot of good men out here, not a lot of good women out here. But this card game is mainly for introverted people who don't necessarily have the balls to ask the tough questions to their mama, to their cousin, to their boyfriend, to their girlfriend, to anybody. Because there's some things you may want to ask your mom, and you scared your mom gonna go off on you if you ask the question. But if you sit down with your mom, take a couple questions off of this, because it's, take the relationship-based stuff out. Be like, Mom, can I ask you a question? Let's play this card game. And next thing you know, your little mean mama play this card game. Now she ain't mean no more, because it's a game, So anybody that you sit in front, I played this game with my daughters, and we had some of the best conversations off of the card games. We busting out laughing and stuff. And because one of the questions was, if we got into an argument and I blocked you tomorrow, how would you feel? And the hilarious part about it is she blocked me before. But when I turn around and ask her the question, if I blocked her, she said, I'd be mad. I'm up here like, but you don't block me. She was like, so you my daddy, you can't block me. So yeah, it was like hilarious. Like, so me and my oldest daughter played the game, me and my youngest daughter played the game, and I learned so much more about my kids that I didn't even know. So yeah, this card game is super like insightful, and it's my baby. It took me a year and a half to come up with these questions. So each question has been specifically put together in order for you can really get an understanding of yourself and other people that are playing the game with you.
Okay, I appreciate it. So do you have an age limit for the audience out there? The youngest and oldest?
You can play it with your kids. You can play it with your mama. You can play it with your daddy. You can play with anybody. You can play with your coworker. You can play with your cousin, your brother. Like I said, there's a couple dating questions in there that you'll have to take out, but
right.
Altogether it's 80 questions. So I would say at least 60 questions could be for sister, brother, mama, coworker, whoever.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Mr.
Lego, do you mind if I read like 3 of the questions I skipped for the panel so they'll like have an idea real quick? Do you mind?
Oh, go ahead.
All right. So one of the ones that I skipped is explain your relationship with your most loved guardian. I didn't think that was appropriate for the panel, but that's appropriate in an intimate setting. Explain your relationship with the guardian you resented the most.
That one right there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I skipped, if I thought your family was toxic and dysfunctional, how would you respond? So I skipped those 3 for the panel because that's something you talk about with someone that you're.
Yeah. And there's another question. If I asked your mother why you can't seem to get it right in regarding to relationships, what would she say?
Bruh.
So there's some really crazy good questions on here.
Good stuff. All right, Eddie 4, I guess we're closing out. So on you, sir. If anybody have anything else to say?
I'm good. I
want to say thank y'all for inviting me. This was dope. This was fun.
Thanks for coming through, Mr. Lego. We appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean?
Problem.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence, man. And thank you for introducing us to your business and to everything you're doing. Everybody, if you haven't, definitely like and subscribe to Mr. Lego. All right. Follow him on all social media platforms. All right. Not on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. Okay. He's a dope content creator. He does some great stuff. And support his business. All right. You know what I mean? You can't just support the content creator and not support their business. Y'all got to stop doing that. All right. So support his business, support the guard game. You know what I mean? Support more black businesses. If y'all need the card game, y'all need the link, hit me up. I got all that already. I got it all official tissue. So let me know what it is. You know what I mean? Tap in. You know what I mean? Definitely tap into Mr. Lego and what he's doing and tap into the card game. With that being said, salute to Mr. Lego, salute to everybody that's been on the panel, and definitely salute to Ian Cookie. All right, Ian Cookie, stick around. You know, after the show ends, everybody else, I gotta roll out. We gotta discuss some business. But yeah, love y'all. Peace.
Peace out.
Good night.
Appreciate y'all.